Hello. Sorry, stretching. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to Ace Attorney. Sorry that I had to postpone the stream one more day. The weekend excursion took a lot out of me. I'm surprised I even survived. I was hobbling like a grandma the entire time. I actually brought a cane with me to walk around. I was completely broken this entire weekend. It's a wagon. Yeah, I was full on Gram.
My records of the late last century, I am faced by the events of a certain bitter winter. A murder in a carriage as it sped through dense London fog in the dead of night. Though the victim and the perpetrator were the only ones inside, there were multiple witnesses to the crime itself. However, none could have imagined at the time that such a seemingly obvious case as this would end in such a horrendous manner. My friend, Mr. Herlock Sholmes, once said of the incident, "I believe that perhaps that case was indeed the prelude. The beginning of a long concerto that impressive Japanese student and I were to play together."
A town 30 minutes from you got hit by a tornado twice? Oh my god. You've arrived.
Amazing. Is this really just a railway station?
Railway station or not, I've never seen such an enormous building before.
And look at all the steam locomotives. This country is incredible.
Wow.
I feel like I'm dreaming.
You better be careful with your
This is the
luggage.
capital of Great Britain.
So, where to?
Oh, hello.
Climb aboard. I'll take you wherever you want to go.
In that case, the Supreme Court in Whitehall, if you wouldn't mind.
My pleasure.
Oh,
I suppose you.
I thought for a brief moment their luggage was gonna get stolen.
Yes.
Thought so. Well then, I hope you enjoy your stay.
Yay.
Welcome to the centre of the world, Great Britain's mighty capital, London.
We're in London. Yeah. Oh, wow. Those are some pixely pigeons. Oh god, we're inside of a clock. That's so cool. My weekend excursion was basically a lot of walking, so I decided to bring a cane with me, and it was a really good idea due to the fact that all of my joints were slipping during that time frame. It was a really fun time, but oh my god, was everything hurting. So when I finally got home from said excursion, I spent like the evening of getting home and then the next day after sleeping and laying down, and yesterday was also just funky, but it's less funky now, so it's all good. Mostly. 18th February, 9:21 a.m. British Supreme Court Lord Chief Justice's office. This is a cool office. Is he gonna look like our original judge in the other Ace Attorney games? Please say so. What an incredible place. Inside of a clock tower. It's so imposing. It's almost suffocating. This place is breathtaking. It looks like a fortress. There are some stone buildings like this in Japan now, of course, but they've only been built in the few short decades since we opened our borders to the outside world. An authentic example like this is quite a different impact, wouldn't you agree? A far cry from the wood and paper most of our buildings are constructed from. Still, they all have their unique charm. It's certainly unfamiliar. But I think there's more to the differences than just construction materials. Got a full-on working clock. All of the gears and mechanism. What is this place again? This is the Lord Chief Justice's office, Naruhodo-san, in the Supreme Court of Great Britain. The Lord Chief Justice. We had instructions to report here at this time if circumstances were different. We were supposed to let the Lord Chief Justice know that we had arrived from Japan. But Kazuma can't, unfortunately. He died all the way over. So instead, we are here in a different capacity as envoys to report the news of Kazuma-sama's death. Kazuma? Kazuma. And having delivered his or her message, an envoy's duty is done. So we'd have to return to Japan. If we want to remain here in Great Britain, I have to take Kazuma's place as the law student selected for the study tour. Yes, which means you need the requisite qualifications as a lawyer, which is what I've been studying for. Here in Great Britain, it is the Lord Chief Justice who appoints lawyers. So did we already go through our month studying? Our 40 days of studying? Does that mean we actually get to do a court case this time? So that's the second reason why we're here, to have you officially recognized as a lawyer. It's the only way that we'll be able to remain here in London. I hope I'm up to scratch. I mean, we did one good case and we solved a different murder. I mean, that's more detective than Ace Attorney, but... good morning. Sorry for keeping you. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Is that him? I trust you weren't too exhausted after your long voyage from Japan. Wow. It seems I'm 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 40 seconds. 1 hour? 47 seconds late. My apologies. Oh, no. Don't mention it. We're never happier than when we're standing around with nothing much to do. That's probably a blessing in disguise to not want to have anything happen. It's kind of nice. How fortunate. Strongheart. Male Strongheart. He is the Lord Chief Justice of the British Empire. And I feel like a little mouse under an elephant's foot. Come on, Naruhodo-san, don't be a mouse. Oh, it's an honor to meet you, Lord Chief Justice Strongheart. I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo from the Empire of Japan. Well, Mr. Naruhodo. He has a presence. Oh my goodness. Welcome to London, the capital of our glorious British Empire. Yes, thank you. Let's hope that he's wow. Let's hope that he's a decent person. Okay. Converse. London. So what are your impressions of our capital so far? How do you like London? Big brick buildings. Very nice. Very lovely. Help, I've been so nervous ever since I got here that I can't remember a single thing about the city. It's simply splendid, isn't it, Naruhodo? Mr. Naruhodo. Oh? We had a wonderful view of some of London's streets from the carriage on the way here from the station. Everything is so impressive and grand, I must say. I'm almost lost for words. I'm glad to hear you like it. The city boasts tramways, piped water, and gas, even cables supplying electricity. We spearhead every revolutionary new I almost said technology. Almost replaced the T with an N. Hi, Wubs. Revolutionary new technology in the world. Every visitor to London is astounded. Astounded is the word. Thanks for saving me there, Susato-san. And everyone seems so jolly and full of vigor. He has some intense eyes. Looks like he's wearing eyeliner. Yes, there's much excitement about the upcoming great exhibition we will be hosting here in London. Great exhibition? Cultural and technological achievements from around the globe are to be exhibited here in our great city. It will be the greatest spectacle of its kind in history and will make Paris's World Fair look like a toy shop. Fighting a cold the past couple of days. I'm hoping that I'm not developing one. I hope you get better. Don't forget to drink lots of water. Orange juice if you like the taste of it. Make sure to eat. Drink soup. Feel better. Don't forget to take meds. Tylenol is your friend when you have a cold. I can hardly imagine how magnificent it's going to be. Great Britain's capital is nothing but magnificent. London is the center of the modern world. Even if you do say so yourself. The sun will never set on our great empire. Perhaps it is fate that these progressive times we welcome visitors from the lands of the rising sun. Okay. So is Ace Attorney or just time traveling now? No, this is like a whole different setup. This is, I guess you can say that this is in the past and very much very much their ancestors. Because if you look at Naruhodo, he basically has the same hairstyle as Phoenix in the regular Ace Attorney game. So we can assume that this is in the past. Past lives Ace Attorney? I would think so. Something similar at least. But I don't know whether or not it actually technically ties into the Ace Attorney games. Law student. Lord Chief Justice. I think you were expecting a student of law for the study tour, weren't you? Absolutely. Mr. Kazuma Sogi, if my memory serves. That's right. The British government has already been telegraphed a full report on the situation. I understand the young man lost his life aboard the steamship bound for our shores. That's amazing. The news reached him before we even arrived. My country naturally extends its deepest condolences to yours. Oh, thank you. And you honored the appointment specifically to inform me of the news. Yes. We are here in the capacity of envoys from Japan to report the sad news in person. They tell me you Japanese are a bunch of, are a people of protocol and courtesy, and I see it's true. And it's with some regret that I must inform you that the death of the young lawyer means the study tour arrangement can no longer proceed. If you would just hear us out, Lord Strongheart. What do you have to say, madam? It's about the study tour. Mr. Naruhodo here would like to make a proposal. God, don't stare at me. This is gonna be awkward. Would he now? Well, Mr. Naruhodo? This is it then, the moment of truth. Continuing the study tour. The thing is, Lord Justice, Lord Strongheart, I was wondering if perhaps you would consider allowing the study tour to go ahead. Just don't misunderstand me. Britain would ideally like to see the tour go ahead, but without a lawyer from your country, there's nothing to be done. Well, in that case, what if there was someone else? Another lawyer from Japan, I mean. I mean, technically not a lawyer, but we still have to get permission to be a lawyer here. A lawyer? Is there something I don't know? Only a single lawyer was invited to Great Britain from your country, and that was Mr. Sogi. At least, that is what I've been led to understand. Well, the thing is, this really isn't going well at all. I just can't seem to find the right words to say to this man. Mr. Naruhodo, I could ruin things here if I'm not careful. What am I going to say? If there is someone else here from Japan who could be described as a lawyer, it's... Actually, there's no one. It's Miss Sato, and it's me! It's me, good sir! It's me. I can do it. Is that so? I mean, I don't actually have any qualifications as such, but... No qualifications, you say, and yet you still claim to be a lawyer. I have acted as a lawyer in court before. Only once, as it happens. But I had Kazuma to help me, and I was the accused, but glossing over the details. I've been spending every spare moment on the journey here to Great Britain studying. I have learned all about British law in court proceedings while I was on board the SS Buria. The voyage from Japan is some 50 days, I believe, not what you might call a full education. To become a qualified lawyer here in Britain, not only do you need a university degree in law, you must also complete several years of training. I realize it's far too short a period of time, but I can't just go back to Japan. Mr. Asogi's journey had only just begun. Coming here on the study tour was all he thought about. I have to carry on and do everything he planned to do. I know it must sound like I have an overly inflated opinion of myself, but I would do anything to prove that I have what it takes. Any test you care to set for me. Just one chance, that's all I'm asking for. Please. 31 seconds. Sorry? Your opening statement there, Mr. Naruhodo, it was 31 seconds long. Not too brief, not too protracted. Perfect judged appeal, I would say. Which is a skill that would stand you in good stead as a lawyer. Oh, thanks. So, you're willing to put those words to trial, are you? Well, I'm all for entertainment. Are we actually gonna go through a trial this time? Or is this gonna be similar to the last case? Where we're doing nothing but investigating? Well, let me ask you one thing first, sir. Yes? Yes, Lord? Hold on, I'm adjusting the microphone. You say you intended to do everything Mr. Asogi planned to do. Are you firmly set on that path? Well, yes, that's my intention. I see. Am I imagining things? Or did his expression just alter a fraction there all of a sudden? God, I really like his whole ensemble. The bolo tie is very nice too. Very well, you have your wish. I'll give you a chance. A test to become a specially certified lawyer. Whether you pass or fail is entirely down to you. Really? What is the test? So, what form will the test take exactly? Tell me, Mr. Naruhodo, what do you consider the role of a lawyer to be? Well, defending people, of course. Well said. So, let's have you defend someone. Huh? Your timing is perfect. In fact, there is an apt trial about to begin later today. No advocate has been appointed for the defense as yet, so this will be welcome news. Today? Straight away? No information? I can work with that. Not like I haven't done that before. Hey, I even have the armband now, too. Tylenol has been keeping the jackhammer out of my skull, but not so much the nasal congestion. Yeah, it's a whole different set of medication to take. One really good thing to do with that, though, is to sit in a very steamy bathroom. Like, set your shower on absolutely scalding hot water and just breathe in the steam. Also good for your chest. Sorry, I forgot a straw for my drink. So if I look weird at any time, I'm taking a drink of Fresca out of a bottle. If you manage to secure a verdict of not guilty, you'll have passed my test. What could be simpler? How do I get myself into these situations? I mean, it's kind of extreme, but you can probably do it. We've worked off of less. Well, could I ask what sort of trial it is, Lord Strongheart? Yes, good question. Oh, I remember. It's a murder trial. Oh, great. Fun. I mean, most, if not all, trials are murder trials of some sort. A murder? An extremely simple case, I understand. You really can't lose. That's easy to say, but I should mention just in case. If the defendant is found guilty, he will, of course, be sentenced to capital punishment. Capital punishment? He'll be put to death? Here in Great Britain, murderers are sent to the gallows without exception. Presumably, you read that much in your short C-based introduction to British law. We can't possibly agree to such a test. We would be toying with a man's life. I mean, that's basically what you're gonna have to do as a lawyer anyway, so. I'm the Lord Chief Justice and I've decided it's acceptable. But you can't do that, can you? There's no need to overcomplicate this. All you have to do is ensure that you don't lose. So the defendant may live or die depending on how well I perform in court. If I lose, you'll be hanged. Come on, you gotta have the confidence for this. If you do not even have the confidence to help this person get a not guilty verdict, are you gonna be confident for anything else? You'll be hanged. Mr. Naruhodo, you've come to me claiming to be a lawyer. If you want me to take you seriously, you need to prove you're willing to do a lawyer's job. You say you intend to see through the will of your compatriot, Mr. Asogi. I would like to understand just how far you're willing to go in order to make that happen. He's testing my resolve. What's the matter? You've fallen silent. I'm sorry, but time is pressing. The trial begins shortly. I need an answer from you now. What's it to be? Of course we'll take it. What do I say? Do I agree to this absurd test? I mean, there's not really much else that you could do. If you say no, you're going home. All right, then. If I have to give you a decision now, my answer is... I can't do it. I can't get the words out. Oh, come on. 15 seconds. Your decision-making needs work if you want to be a lawyer. That's too slow. So, it's as I suspected, is it? Sorry? You have noble intentions, but lack the resolve to see them through. The test is cancelled. Thank you for stopping by. Go and acquire your ticket for passage back to the east tomorrow. This conversation is over. What the fudge? Thank you for offering me a chance. I didn't even have an actual choice. I'm sorry, Mrs. Sato, but what could I do? It's all right. I understand. You do? It's not an easy decision to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances, but resolve has absolutely nothing to do with it. Oh, she's about to have my back. What are you trying to say, madam? I think what Miss Susato means is that no matter how badly I'd like to be recognized as a lawyer and stay here in Great Britain, to risk another man's life by treating his one and only chance at a trial so trivially would be utterly unforgivable, and I feel exactly the same way. See, this might sway him. That's good. That is good mentality. I'm sure the defendant won't see this trial as a test, as some kind of experiment. A lawyer may fight for his client in court day after day, but for each one of those clients, the particular day they stand in the dock may be the only chance they have to fight to prove their innocence. No, I was wrong. I'm not qualified to do that job yet. I'm sorry for wasting your precious time, Lord Chief Justice. Lord Chief Justice is a handful of a name. A mouthful of a name? That's better. That's the right saying. What is this? Did you misjudge me? Was there something else? It's approximately 20 minutes by carriage to the Old Bailey from here. If you leave immediately, you should still be there in time. But I just said that. I was quite serious in what I told you. The defendant in this case has literally no one to advocate for him. What? At this point, he can't hope to find someone to represent him. The trial will begin without a defense. And if that happens, there's only one possible outcome. You will receive the most severe sentence the judge can pass down. That's awful. But that is the truth. Why does it have to be like this? Please don't expect an answer to every question. I'm guessing maybe he would have qualifications to be a defense attorney, wouldn't he? Strongheart? Or maybe that's too beneath him. The cold hard truth of the matter is that there is only one person now with a chance to save this man from a very miserable end. And that is you. I'm really his only hope? So, what do you say now, madam? What do you mean, Lord Strongheart? You said it wasn't an easy decision to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances, and I agree. But in my estimation, it is purely and simply a matter of resolve. Oh. Our time is up here. I have a meeting to attend. I must leave in 2 minutes and 16 seconds. So venture into our great city and enjoy yourselves. I think we're gonna go defend some random person today. He's gone. The Old Bailey. If we're going to do this, Mr. Naruhodo, we must leave at once. Yeah. Okay, so... I don't even know... Can I? Oh, I can. Miss Susato, can I just ask you something? Careful, from this position I can perform a Susato takedown in an instant. Why? I'm just asking a question. Why do you want to flip me? Oh, true. Okay. Fine. Let's go. If I need to throw you, I will. You know, you could just say, I think we should hurry to the courtroom. If you need to ask me anything, I'd better wait until we're at the Old Bailey. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's go. Let's go back. I gotta head out to the Old Bailey. Love the sneaky peach in the thumbnail, by the way. Thank you. I was trying to find good pictures for this case that weren't spoilery. Or like spoiling myself initially, but usually you always see the dead person in the opening like cinematics, so I thought this was the perfect setup. And having my face stick out of the window of the carriage. 18th February, 9:45 a.m. The Old Bailey, defendant's antechamber. Oh, thank goodness we're in times. There's still 15 minutes until the trial begins. I never knew a horse-drawn carriage could go so fast. I thought my teeth were going to rattle loose. Did you hear what I said to the driver when we climbed aboard? Get us to our destination in 5 minutes, driver, and there's a guinea in it for you. It's one of my favorite lines from the Herlock Sholmes story, and it worked quite perfectly. I'm not sure why you're so pleased. I thought we were going to die and we had to pay gold for the privilege. Well, at least we arrived here before the trial started. Yes, I suppose there's that. God, am I even gonna have anything in the court record for this, or gonna have to go in completely blind? Anyway, I don't understand it. The Count Clerk said the defendant should be here, but there's no sign of him at all. Where's our boy? Our person? Our lady? Or something? So this is the Old Bailey. Even the room for defendants to wait in is grand. Are you all right, Mr. Naruhodo? I'm feeling tense, that's all. This place gives me the same sense of foreboding that I remember from the Supreme Court in Japan. An impressive air, almost as if the building itself is going to crush whoever is about to be sentenced. It feels like only yesterday that I was the one about to be crushed. God, I can't wait to see who's the... Oh, I can't wait to see all the characters, the new characters. I wonder who the new prosecutor is gonna be. Whoever the man you're to defend is, I imagine he's feeling very alone at the moment. Top of the morning to you, madam, sir. Oh my god, I'm defending Willy Wonka! Oh, what are yous doing following me in here? Tings are fair desperate, are they? Tings are fair desperate. Would you look at those expressionless faces from the East, are yous? We're from Japan, yes. God, look at his eyebrows. Japan is it? Right. Say no more. Oh, so how much do you need? No, we're just here because... No need to explain, fella. I've been there myself, so I have. No place to go, none to eat, barely a penny to your name, and all while in a strange faraway land. Well, actually, we haven't found a place to stay yet, no. Tis grand, tis grand. Let me start by giving yous 1,000 guineas. Say nothing now. 1,000 guineas? Please, Mr. Sato, you don't have to shout. But 1,000 guineas is enough to build an entire mansion in the most prestigious area of Tokyo. What? You can give us this money after we defend you in court. Please, please. Tis nothing to me at all. I'd like to ensure I have sufficient funds to weather a rainy day, you see. I have enough wealth to buy the city of London 2 or 3 times over. Are you messing with me? Could that much rain even fall in one day? Well, even so, we couldn't possibly accept a large sum of money. Oh. He hit me in the eye. Don't get me wrong, fella. I'm not giving it to you, no strings attached. I'll be wanting you to do something for me. Oh? To be honest, it's a little embarrassing. The trial is about to begin, you see. Is, for me, good self here. I'll be in the dock. So now, what I want you to do is come along with me and stand there beside me. Officially, you'd be my lawyer, but that's just a little detail now. Oh, well, the thing is, don't worry about a ting. All you have to do is stand up there next to me, nothing more. Otherwise, you see, the trial is going to start without me and having any kind of representation at all. So it was true. Lord Chief Justice wasn't making it, or just making it all up. I'm terribly sorry to have to ask, but does that mean you're the defendant in this trial? Blustering blazes, do you not know who I am? Me, one of London's biggest names? No, sorry, we've only just arrived in the city, you see. I see. I suppose it isn't altogether impossible. Well, just next to Hyde Park there in the center of London is another beautiful park. Sorry, a park? What? McGilded Park? Full of blossoming flowers in the spring and seeing birds and whatnot. I donated it to the city, so I did. An entire park in central London? A city of smiles, that's my vision for London. There's nothing Magnus McGilded. Magnus McGilded? Wouldn't do for the city and its queer old people. That's amazing. I mean, really extraordinary. But now that they've got, now they've the gall to say I'm a good-for-nothing criminal, me, Magnus McGilded. What is the matter with the London police, I ask you? It depends on what kind of situation you're in. I mean, I'm still defending you, but that doesn't mean you're necessarily not guilty. All right, don't pass out. I love in this case he's passing out gold, but I fully expected him to basically be like a play on Willy Wonka. Mr. Naruhodo, perhaps now would be a good time to introduce ourselves while the gentleman catches his breath. Good idea. This poor thing. Mr. McGilded, the thing is, we're actually here in London to study British law. We're law students on a study tour from Japan, you see. Guy, is he gonna pass out? Is he okay? So if you don't have a lawyer for the trial yet, and you'd be happy to put yourself in our hands, you'll... what was I saying after? Are you daft? What, Idjit? Idjit? I've given you 1,000 guineas to stand up there to me, haven't I? Well, yes, but I wasn't really offering to just stand up there next to you. It's such a chiseled jaw. Oh, I think I see what's going on here. Sorry. I know what you're thinking. This character of a fella claims to have more money than the Queen. But if that's true, why the blazes can't he hire the finest lawyer in all of England? Because he did. That's the only explanation. Well, well, not exactly. Not at all. Not at all, although it is a little strange to be honest. Why don't you have a lawyer, I mean? That would be the fault of the Reaper. The Reaper? Did he just say the Reaper? Aye, the Grim Reaper of the Bailey, Lord Barock Van Zeeks. Lord Barock Van Zeeks. He's the prosecutor. Is that who? Oh, is that who we're going up against? The Grim Reaper? The prosecutor is the Grim Reaper? When Van Zeeks stands for the prosecution, they call the accused his sacrificial lambs. This is going to be very reminiscent. I'm going to feel some nostalgia, aren't I? And to this day, in every single trial in which he's been the prosecutor, the accused has been damned. Oh, okay. I see who this is possibly going to be like. What? So it's reached the desperate situation. My apologies. Where there's no one willing to stand in defense against the fellow at all. You could say he's a living legend of the Old Bailey. Goodness, Lord Barock Van Zeeks. He must be an exceptionally talented prosecutor then. Talented isn't the word you're looking for, madam. It's cursed. Cursed? Who on earth? What on earth? The defendant is summoned to end his counsel. Please make your way into the courtroom. The trial is about to begin. Oh, this is gonna be a wild ride. Oh, 'tis time. Well then, fella, don't let me down. But I don't know anything about the case. You haven't told me what happened. Until you show your face here, I made up my mind, so I had. Sorry? I've decided I'd have to defend myself in there. How would that have worked? But then you made an appearance, a student of law, wouldn't you know? 'Tis no accident, I can assure you of that. 'Tis fate. So don't get cold feet now, please. I need to at least know what you did. I literally know nothing about this case or about this man who stands accused. In fact, the only thing I do know is that I can't just turn my back on him. This is gonna be fun. Mr. Naruhodo, the man has no one. He'll have to stand alone in that courtroom, armed with nothing to defend himself. Yes, something that Kazuma would never have allowed to happen. Counsel for the defense, what are you doing? If you're late for the start of the trial, you will lose your right to stand. Here we go. Our first official court case in London. It's happening then. My first trial in a British court. I hope you're watching over me, Kazuma. Kazu. Because I have no idea how I'm gonna manage this. Let me see the prosecutor. We've already seen Ouchie. Also, our judge. Oh, this setup is pretty neat. It kind of looks like they're in a church. 18th February, 10 a.m., the Old Bailey courtroom. What the? Oh, it's a whole council up there. So this is the highest court in Great Britain, the Old Bailey. The centuries of history in this place is palpable, isn't it? It's so different to Supreme Court in Japan. It feels both imposing and serene at the same time. The atmosphere almost makes words redundant. Whatever the country, determining a person's guilt or innocence is always a solemn affair. May I say something, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh, yes, what? Am I sweating buckets? Yeah. Yes, I am. Your eyes look ready to pop out of your head again. I know, but I just can't help it. Oh, the judge. What? The Dracula? Oh my god, he's fabulous! Look at that beard! In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. We are here today to determine the guilt or innocence of Mr. Magnus McGilded. I now will call upon the counsels for the prosecution and the defense to declare their willingness to proceed. Oh my god, he's pretty! The prosecution is fully prepared. Why is... I could imagine that there's a lot of fan art of him vampire style. That must be the Reaper of the Bailey. He really does look fully prepared to dispatch his next poor victim to the underworld. God, once again, they're making these characters too pretty. Counsel for the defense, you appear to be Eastern. Do you speak English? Huh? Oh, yes, of course. Sorry. The asked if the defense was ready, and I couldn't be further from ready if I tried. Oh my god, he's gorgeous! Ooh! Those eyes please me, Nipponese. Okay. What do you mean these eyes please you? What does that mean? Can you smell my fear? They shroud your fear, your doubt, your trepidation. Uh-oh. He knows. They run wild, clinging to some phantom notion of courage. Quintessential look of a sacrificial lamb. Oh, a cold shiver just ran down my spine all the way to the tips of my toes. I really love this Why is the fire look so much less, the quality of the fire looks funky compared to everything else. Now Mr. McGilded. Yes, my lord. You said accused of murder, a capital offense. You could be sent to the gallows if found guilty. Are you quite sure you wish to entrust your defense to this foreigner? I mean, he doesn't have a choice. As I've always said, my lord, 'tis a granting to give opportunities to the young. Even if the fella is a student from some little island off in the Far East, it is not the British way to ignore the dangers to yourself and give those less fortunate a fair chance. I'd like to think that acts of chivalry do the great British Empire proud. What a fine gentleman. Oh, I love it. That's so good. I really love the 3D aspect of this game. It just gets better and better. It seems as though everyone in the public gallery is firmly behind Mr. McGilded. That's definitely welcome news. He certainly has a way with words. I'm surprised he couldn't convince anyone to defend him. Eloquently put, Mr. McGilded, in most laudable sentiments. Now... Oh, dang it. Tried to take a print screen, didn't work out. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm sure I need hardly remind you. I actually have a jury up here! Hold on. You have to see the grandma. She's knitting. Look at the grandma. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. Oh, I'm so sad that I'm gonna be blocking her so my ears don't block the text on the bottom. This is an interesting, like, group of people here. That you 6 members of the public have been selected for your impartiality. Are you ready to proceed? Why is it... As usual, why do people bring knives into the courtroom? Yes, my lord, if the task is to send marauders to the gallows where they belong, I'm more than ready. At the manor, his lordship always says we should dispose of rubbish promptly. Naturally, I agree. Any criminals here will soon be wishing they never set eyes on me. Oh my goodness. Oh, and you're drinking? I feel a chill. Oh, don't mind me, my dears. I'll just be getting on with my knitting. Must finish these mitts for my grandson. Uh-oh. Oh, I think this is gonna be favorable for us. Mr. Naruhodo, those people are... The jury, yes. That's something we don't have in Japan yet. That's right, I only ever read about it. Oh my god, we got a jury! This is so interesting! How is this gonna work? Mechanics-wise. But here in Great Britain, the court's final verdict depends on the opinions of these 6 jurors. The judge passes sentence according to the law, but the jurors determine guilt based on common sense. So the defendant is ultimately judged from 2 completely different point of views. But how exactly do the jurors give their verdict? That I don't know, but... I'm sure it will become clearer as the trial progresses. Yes. Prosecutor Van Zeeks, my lord. It's been a number of years since we've seen you here at the courtroom. I thought you'd renounced your fame. I'm known as the Reaper of the... the stuttering today. I'm known as the Reaper of the Bailey, my lord. Infamy rather than fame, I would say. But yes, 5 years has passed since I last spread my wings in this capacity. Why today? Yeah, I do have a peach bum on my head. It's you guys. You're here on my head for now. If the butt distracts you, I can always remove it. What brings you back? Is there some change of circumstances of which the court should be aware? Oh, he's so smooth! I'll leave that to your imagination, my lord. So the Reaper has been out of action for 5 years? Why did he have to choose today of all days to make a comeback? Don't lose heart, Mr. Naruhodo. Don't worry, we can still do this, Reaper or none. As you wish, sir, the court nevertheless welcomes your return. Now then, opening statements. I think a summary of the case, if you please. Really, the models in this game are impeccable. Such a stern face. He's so pretty. As your lordship is aware, this is a case of overwhelming simplicity. We must be the only ones here who aren't aware. The incident took place in the late evening, 3 days past. The hour was some minutes after 10. The victim was a maker of building bricks known in the community as Thrice Fired Mason. Oh, that's not a great nickname. Sorry, Thrice? He was a very accomplished craftsman. The bricks he fired were said to be almost indestructible. The victim's corpse was discovered in an omnibus in surface on the streets of London at the time. A dagger that had been thrust into the victim's abdomen is believed to be the ultimate cause of death. Here's the autopsy report from the investigating medical officer at Scotland Yard. Thank you, counsel. I shall accept that and the photographs as evidence. A report prepared by the Scotland Yard coroner, it gives the cause of death as internal hemorrhaging as a result of a single stab wound to the abdomen. Photograph of the victim taken on the omnibus. The knife in his abdomen is clearly visible, but his face is partially obscured from view by an old crooked hat. In one further item of evidence, the prosecution wishes to submit these as well. These are... Oh, good lord, is that blood, counsel? Yes, my lord, seized by a policeman who arrived at the scene. These gore-soaked gloves were taken from the hands of the accused when he was arrested. Okay. Okay, so I see a button missing. That's probably prevalent. I actually much to go on. Okay. Or maybe he's just always missing a button due to the integrity of his clothing. Mr. McGilded's gloves had blood on them? Yes, I will accept these as evidence as well. The defendant's leather gloves. The leather gloves the defendant was wearing at the time of the incident, there is a blood stain on the right glove. Okay, I would like to take a close look at that. This is definitely blood, isn't it? Not the most pleasant sight to be confronted with on our first day in London. Well, nothing will come from grumbling now. No, by the way, is Mr. McGilded right-handed? Yes, I believe so. He was toying with a coin in his right hand a little earlier. Ha, pity. If only he had been left-handed. I think blood on either glove would be fairly incriminating, really. Okay, so it's just on that one. How did I get into this? I'm backed into a corner before I even started. Continuing. I love how we're just getting the evidence this way through the opening statement. According to the driver of the omnibus, there were only 2 passengers traveling inside his vehicle at the time. Only 2. Obviously, one of those passengers was the deceased brickmaker, Mr. Mason. The other... Oh my god, his movements are so smooth! What the heck? Was the accused Magnus McGilded. Well, rather damning circumstances to say the least. Defendant, what say you? Well, of course, I have no recollection of such a thing. Mr. McGilded. To be sure, I rode the omnibus that evening. But whenever I'm in a carriage, I'm taken with the fierce tiredness and I always succumb to it. Are you claiming to have been asleep? 'Tis the motion of the carriage, my lord. Littleton, so it is. And when I opened my eyes again, 'twas a desperate sight before me, the body of a man I've never laid eyes on before in my life. Now I ask yous, what good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a fellow bleeding from his stomach? I wasn't about to start worrying about me gloves now, was I? I reached out to give the man a hand. Makes sense. So the blood got onto the gloves then, after the man had been killed. Unfortunately, that statement of the driver's is only the beginning. What? That's not all of it? There were multiple witnesses to the precise moment at which the brickmaker was fatally stabbed. Oh, we got the oh my gosh, he's typing. They got the full attention of the jurors. Order! Order in the court. When the killing took place, the only victim and the accused were inside the carriage, and there were witnesses to the crime. This is not just a case of compelling evidence. It's the nail in the coffin for the accused. I'm gonna love all these like death metaphors. So, people outside the carriage supposedly saw him stab the victim, but to my knowledge, this window is fairly frosted, don't you think? I mean, yeah, you would think that since there was supposedly only 2 people in the carriage, there could have been a possibility of... I know in some carriages the seats have storage in them. Somebody could have been hiding inside the carriage. One second, I'm gonna take a drink of my Fresca. Okay. Thank you, counsel. The circumstances of the crime have been made quite clear. I think we'll hear testimony from these witnesses first of all. Your wish is my command. Oh my god! Bailiff, bring the witnesses in at once. I love the movements of this guy! Oh my god, the poor thing is so cold! Ah, okay, so we have 3 witnesses at the same time. Witnesses, your name and occupations. My name is, well, everyone calls me Beppo. I drive an omnibus in the East End. Bruce Fairplay. I'm a banker in the city. My name is First Lady First. First Lady First. I make hats for gents. Let's begin by confirming the facts. 3 days ago, at a short time after 10 o'clock in the evening, all of you present at the stand were in an omnibus and witness to the aforementioned incident. Is that correct? Yes, sir. Quite right. Yes, sir. That's right, sir. Very well then. Let's proceed to your formal testimonies, please. Each of you will tell the court precisely what you saw. Ah, this is gonna be fun. What the witnesses saw. It was the last bus of the evening, so I had few customers. I remember it well. The victim and the man accused of killing him were sat next to each other inside the bus. Then, out of the blue, the accused just reached over and plunged a knife into his guts. That's right, he stabbed him. I screamed, I did. Couldn't help it. Oh my gosh. I like how his hat's falling off at any given time. As soon as I heard the scream, I stopped my bus, and then I saw it too. How could you hear the scream and then see the stabbing? Or maybe he was still having the knife or holding the knife in his belly. Unambiguous testimony, I must say. Exactly, my lord. These men witnessed the incident in the omnibus with their own eyes. I'd like to ask a question, if I may. Yes, counsel. Well, this testimony makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. Why not? Well, the incident took place inside a moving carriage, didn't it? As had been clearly stated from the outset, yes. Well, in that case, how could those 2 witnesses possibly have seen what had happened? There's no way they could have seen the inside of the moving carriage. I mean, that's quite true. How quaint. I'd read that civilization in the Eastern Island nations was a good century behind our own. But you're here in London yourself. Are you really so ignorant about our omnibuses? Huh? Tell me, my Deepanese friend, have you even traveled in an omnibus? Well, no. Well, we have only arrived in London this morning. No matter. I've arranged for all of us to see for ourselves the actual scene of the crime, that is. What do you mean? The actual scene? How? A carriage is designed to be moved, after all. Presumably you understand that much. Oh my god, are we gonna have the full carriage in the courtroom? The omnibus in which the bloody crime took place is here today in this very building. Here? What? The entire carriage? Bailiff. Bring forth the stricken omnibus. Oh my god, am I gonna investigate the omnibus mid-court? Oh my goodness. Oh, this is kind of neat. So that's an omnibus. The omnibus. Baker Street. I can't believe they could bring something so enormous in here. Great Britain's courtrooms are amazing. As you can see, the omnibus is pulled by 2 horses and can carry up to 8 passengers. Oh. 4 passengers seated inside in the enclosed cabin and another 4 on the rooftop deck above. Every Londoner knows that the best view of the city's architecture and sights are to be had from the top of an omnibus. Is there, though, is there even a window for them to see down in? And I should point out to our foreign guests. Ah, that's not great for ladies with dresses. That there is a skylight in the roof allowing a view of the interior from the seats above. A skylight. Oh. The penny drops at last, I see. The two gentlemen were occupying the rooftop seats on this omnibus where the murder took place. That is how they came to witness this grim incident, though through the skylight. That makes perfect sense. Well, counsel, this is a first. In all my years behind the bench, I've never experienced the crime scene itself being brought into the courtroom. He has a wig on! Ideal! Please forgive my late arrival as I work from my hollow desk. No worries. No late is too late unless the stream is ending. There are a number of important clues remaining inside the carriage, my lord. I would like to submit the omnibus itself as evidence. That is the prosecution's wish. This is so cool! I get the whole crime scene! Very well, I see no reason why not. This omnibus is hereby formally accepted as evidence. The 8-seater omnibus that was the scene of the crime, there were passengers both inside the carriage and on the roof deck that night. I can't believe it, the entire crime scene entered as evidence? Yes, Great Britain is simply extraordinary. I could help myself a lot by giving that omnibus a thorough examination, seeing as it's here. Let us continue with proceedings then, your cross-examination counsel. Pray don't expect this Nipponi stray to understand the intricacies of a British court's cross-examination rights. I'll write my first cross-examination in a British court. Focus, Ryunosuke. Focus. We can do this. What the witnesses saw. Okay. We're gonna save. Okay. It's too early for you to get the joke, my bad. Is that a joke within the Great Ace Attorney? Okay.
Hold it!
Let's question everything. Yes, I think it was sometime after 10, wasn't it? Oh, yes, sir. That's right, sir. Yes, it's ever so cold. It was, sir. Freezing, in fact. You had 4 passengers on board at the time, is that correct? Yes, that's right, sir. Not all traveling in the same parts of the bus. Of course, though. No.
Excuse me.
Oh, whoopsies. That's not what I meant to do. If I may, Mr. Fairplay, what are you, faucet? Hold on. Fossicking? I did not mean to do that. That last statement appears to give you pause for thought. Not really. That's not gonna strike against me in it. By the way, you always seem to be looking to the side one way or another. Do you have some affliction? Not really. He's not really willing to say anything, it seems. It's none of your business anyhow. Okay. Okay. Ah, god dang it. Curse my button pressing. Okay, let's go back and repress this one. I accidentally moved on to the... Is it B and M? Ah, okay. There you go. Bear with me as I figure things out. And you had 4 passengers on board at the time, is that correct? Yes, that's right. Not all traveling in the same parts of the bus, of course, though, no. There were no other passengers when the incident took place. No one alighted, for example. You're quite right with that, sir. No other passengers like that. No, none. Interesting that his hat's like that. So nobody fled the scene of the crime then. I have to say the boss insists on it running. He does every evening. That's the last bus of the day. But I do wonder sometimes if it's altogether worthwhile. Yes, sorry to say. What do you mean by that? Well, what with it being so cold and everything, and only making 20 pence on the run, you see. Yes, I spent that much at the pub on the way home just trying to warm up again. Oh, poor thing. Okay, so just... I think their reaction stays, because it won't let me look around while he's speaking.
Hold it!
You saw them through the skylight in the roof of the carriage? That's right. When you sit up on the top deck, the window's right there at your feet. So we also gotta figure out probably where he's sitting too. There was a lamp on inside, so I had a pretty good view. Oh. But he was supposedly sitting across from him. The two of them were wearing hats, and I couldn't exactly make out their faces. But there's not a shred of doubt in my mind that it was Mr. McGilded. You don't really have to look at them. It will be sadly obvious when you can pursue one of the others. I assume it might be noise related then as well. Or it might just like steer you in that direction. How can you be so sure? Well, how can I put it politely? McGilded is a gentleman of rather small stature. I couldn't have mistaken him for anyone else. Let's not forget that when the vehicle came to a halt, it's the only people inside the enclosed cabin were the deceased Mr. Mason and Mr. McGilded. There's no room for doubt here. Oh, I really wish there was. And out of the blue, the accused just reached over and plunged a knife right into his guts. Ew. You actually saw the exact moment it happened. Didn't I already testify to that? Or are fair dinkum, hardworking city bankers not considered trustworthy these days? Dinkum. Oh, no, I didn't mean that. This is no good. I've really got his back up. Perhaps you could just tell us what you saw in a little more detail. Oh, my lord. Yes, juror number 3, what's the meaning of this? My mind is made up, my lord. Completely and utterly made up. Made up about what? I don't like the stinking wrench. Never have. They're always up to something or other that they shouldn't be. Every one of them. That little leprechaun of a man is no exception. Well, he can't fool me. Oh, that's what that's for. That's so cool. There's no point in wasting time listening to any more of this. That's my opinion on the matter anyway. What the heck? That is precisely what I was about to say. As the foreman of the jury, it's my duty to set a good example to my fellow jurors. Oh, God. Oh. What is happening here? That's such a neat mechanic! Let's see. Yes, it seems that's how the members of the jury give their verdicts. With fire? Apparently, yes. White for innocent and black for guilty. As the 6 members of the jury make up their minds about the case, one by one, they each cast a bowl of fire into the great scales of justice, as we saw a moment ago. So if those enormous scales fall completely to the black side, does that mean... let's do our very best to make sure that doesn't happen. Oh, now I'm even more worried than I was before. Very well. The court acknowledges acknowledges the changes in the jury's stance. Counsel for the defense, please continue with your cross-examination. It's kind of intimidating that you could just do that at any time. Oh, this is a nightmare. That's such a neat mechanic. I love it. Okay. Stabbed him. I wonder if do I have to go back and do that? I might have to repress that question. He stabbed him, you say, and you were sitting up on the roof deck, were you? Yes, that's right, sir. I was up on the roof seats. I'm assuming that it might show up on the, on this bit here about whether or not they're reacting to it, too. It was up on the rooftop seats. Well, looks like he was just missing a button. I remember seeing the little gent sitting next to the fellow that was stabbed. I've been thinking about a new hat design, you see, so I was just gazing absentmindedly around. But then I happened to look down through the skylight. It was sticking right out from his belly, that huge great knife. For grim sight indeed. That didn't help me at all. Oh my gosh, she's furiously cleaning. I love the typewriter lady. The jury looks like they're even more convinced my client did it than they were before. It appears to have made everyone even more dubious that Mr. McGilded is telling the truth. If only we had some evidence to counter their suspicions. Mr. First. Yes, sir. Is this the knife? Ooh. Is this the knife you saw? Oh, good grief. Yes, that's it. That's the very one, sir. Is that... yes, counsel. This is the blade that was driven into the victim's belly like a stake through the heart. That is a blade of considerable size, counsel. It is, and furthermore, the scabbard is, emblazoned, prominently with a certain initial. The letter M, which seems oddly familiar. Oh, please no. M for Magnus, perhaps, or McGilded, possibly. Take your pick. It seems this particular big name in London made a magnificent mistake. Didn't we also say Mason? But there are M's everywhere. Like, yes. Like Mason.
Objection.
Oh, he has a nice voice, too. This blade is far too extravagant for a poor brickmaker to have owned. It could have been inherited. No, this weapon of murder almost certainly belongs to the accused. Oh my god, you can even see the tilt. Not conclusive, but certainly compelling, counsel. The murder weapon has been entered into the court record. A largish knife that was found lodged in the victim's abdomen. In its quality and fancy ornamentation suggests it must be quite valuable. My lord, if you'll forgive the interruption. Juror number 2, go on. Mr. McGilded is a pillar of society and a gentleman's word should be, sacrosanct? It's been a while since I've seen this word. However, those of us in service know we must accept hard truths. Dispose of the rubbish. Oh, that's so difficult that they can... We haven't even gone through the entirety of the trial yet, and it's already 3 for 3. 3 for 6? I don't wish to cause offense, but I do like to eradicate all traces of filth and grime. Oh, dear. Oh, please not you too. I have painstakingly typed every word uttered here today and cross-referenced all the facts. As such, I am now in a position to draw the only logical conclusion. We haven't even gotten into the deep meat of this! Oh, there's only 2 people. Not again. That's 4 out of 6 jury members who have proposed the guilty verdicts. There are only 2 left. We've had it. Every time I press these witnesses for more information, it just makes the situation worse. Nevertheless, what we need more than anything at this moment is more information. We're still very much in the dark. Hi, Grima. I suppose we'll just have to keep pressing the witnesses, knowing that more sparks may fly. Also, sorry that I didn't say hi, Daniel. I was so excited by the new mechanic. We mustn't give up hope that we'll uncover something that will give us a way to fight back. But also, I should take Ken. Oh, cool. Oh my god, that's so neat. Wow. You can certainly see inside the carriage through this opening, that's for sure. Yes, and there's a lamp in the enclosed cabin, so I'm sure the witnesses would have been able to see quite clearly. That's not good for us. Okay. This is so cool that you can just look at it like this. Phoenix Wright Omnibus! Phoenix Wright Omnibus! Oh my god! Oh, I can't even click on it. That would be so cool to get information from that. So this is the roof deck of the omnibus. Oh, you must have a wonderful view of London's streets from up here. So people sit all the way up here on bitter nights with the cold air rushing past them. Yeah, that is the other thing, that if it was so freaking freezing out, why would they want to sit on top of the omnibus? They have to pay money to do so? Oh, I can't imagine how cold it must feel. That just made me think of something horrible. Can you imagine being dragged around the city in the freezing cold as a punishment? Perhaps that is the real price you pay to stay out late. I love that it's Phoenix Wright Omnibus. See the door. Can I look inside? Aw. Well, let's open the door and go inside, shall we? Oh, the scene of a murder. It's horrible. God, this is so neat! What the fuck? Oh my god! Oh my god, yeah, there is storage underneath. Ooh. Ooh. Here. This seat has a handle, it seems. Yes. Okay. There's stuff in here. This looks like all sorts of equipment that might be needed to keep the omnibus running. Feeding tubs, tools to repair wheels, blankets, horseshoeing tools. It's a storage compartment for the coachman to keep his things, it seems. There doesn't seem to be any space for passengers to stow their luggage, that's for sure. Well, I don't imagine it'd be very convenient for that purpose anyway. Feeding tubs, okay. That's so cool. It's a poster for the great exhibition that's due to start 6 months from now. There's a lot of focus being drawn to the Crystal Tower. The centerpiece is the whole exposition. Oh, the Crystal Tower. It's under construction already, I believe. People all over London must be fizzing with excitement at the prospect of such a grand event. Okay, so... I have a feeling that stuff could have been hidden in there. That's blood that soaked into the seat. The victim's, obviously. Yes, and that's the seat, that seat would be clearly visible from the roof deck. Would you really stab somebody in full view of the other passengers like that, I wonder? Well, it was after dark, and there was a lamp on in here, so perhaps the culprit couldn't see anything outside through the skylight. Whichever way you look at it, it doesn't seem like it was a planned attack. So, the thing is... it would have to depend on the seats, too. It's quite a large skylight, isn't it? Yes, quite large enough to afford a good view into the cabin from the roof deck. See, it's kind of weird to have a skylight, though. Why have a skylight in this kind of setup? There doesn't appear to be a handle or catch of any description. So I suppose it can't be opened from the inside, or from inside the cabin at least. Oh, can it be opened? That's a poster for the great exhibition that's due... okay, so it's the same. Crystal Tower. This is such a neat setup. Oh, there is a handle right there. You can certainly see inside the carriage opening. Yes, and there's a lamp inside the closed cabin, so they wouldn't have been, unless they were seated up front and looking behind, they wouldn't see whether or not there was anybody sitting opposite of the victim. Their seats would have to be right here. So this is the roof deck of the omnibus. You must have a wonderful view of London streets from up here. And talking about the bitter cold. Where was the lamp? Did it actually show the lamp? Go back inside. I love how that I can just look at this while... ah, there's the lamp. Okay. This is so cool. I'm hoping that that's all there is to look at. So I've already looked at the bench. Can I look at the front bench specifically? Okay, so I'll just say the same thing. But yeah, that's probably a question that we should be asking the witnesses is why the heck would they want to sit outside and be freaking freezing their biscuits off? Okay, let's take a look at the knife. There's a horse on there? This is part of the sheath, isn't it? Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh, sorry. Yes, I just don't really like blades. Oh, those don't seem like the words of a man with a large katana slung from his waist. That's not a blade, that's, Kazuma's soul. Anyway, there's no sense in delaying it. Let's see what the blade looks like. Ah, that is quite a bit of blood. Oh, that looks like a lot of blood. It surely is blood, the victim's. An Englishman's blood looks a lot like a Japanese man's blood. Did you think it wouldn't? Sorry, it's just that we've only just arrived here in Great Britain. I'm finding it a little hard to adjust. Yes, I do understand. Okay, let's look at the... Are we sure this is... an M and not a W? An ornate letter M, undeniably Mr. Magnus McGilded's initial. It's beautifully gilded too. It must be very valuable, I should think. Oh, what is it? Look at this M. If we turn it upside down, it becomes a W. This could change everything. A W? Yes, this is one of those, you know, turnabout cases. I'm sure about it. I'm afraid I don't know it all, but what I'm sure of is that it is an M. Oh, well, the idea was quickly quashed. I'm curious about the fact that there's a horse emblem on this. But I can't point it out. Okay. Talks about the same thing. There's nothing else to look at currently. Okay. You look so serious. Thrice fired Mason, the victim, a skilled but poor brickmaker who lived in East End, 54 years old. 62 Beppo, the driver of the omnibus on which the murder took place. He is an eyewitness to the incident. Bruce Fairplay, 34, a gentleman who works as a city banker. He witnessed the incident from his seat on the roof deck of the omnibus. And Lady First, an apprentice milliner who witnessed the incident from his seat on the roof deck of the omnibus. 21. Okay. All right, I'll keep trying. I can't give up. So we had to persuade 2 people to say that they don't think he's guilty. I just need to keep calm and listen to the witnesses' statements again. Okay. As soon as I heard the scream, I stopped the bus and I saw it too. See, he can't say that he saw it because of where he was sitting. Because the, oh, whoopsies. You wouldn't be able to see it from where he's sitting really well, at least. Because the bench would be in the way of him being able to precisely see what's going on there. I don't know if that's the contradiction. Should go back and press that, though. Alright, so what had happened, the only 2 people in the closed cabin were the victim and the defendant. And so help me, 3 whole people witnessed the man I'm trying to defend do the deed. Oh, maybe that might be it. I don't like to be pessimistic, but we do seem to be in a rather difficult situation here. Oh, what am I supposed to do or supposed to think here? Is Mr. McGilded really innocent? Little innocent? Or could it be? Before we jump to conclusions, our first task should be to gather information. We need to understand the case much better than we do at the moment. Yes, you're absolutely right. Let's listen to those witness statements again, and a little more carefully this time. I would like to press that last one. I don't think I really got to press that one. Maybe I did actually, but we're gonna press it anyway. What exactly did you see? Oh, well, sir, that would be the passenger, sir. Yes, collapsed on the floor he was. It sounds like a lie. And by the passenger, obviously you were referring to the victim, Mr. Mason, the brickmaker. And the other passenger had that knife in his hand like this. By the other passenger, obviously you were referring to the accused, Mr. Magnus McGilded. And then he plunged it down like this. Stabbing the other passenger in the belly. What? Okay. Oh. It's just the granny left. Yes, sure, number 5. Do I take it that you too? As the master of the London Guild of Coachmen. So that's why he has the horseshoe around his cloak. The idea of a murder being committed in one of the city's carriages is utterly abhorrent to me. Abhorrent? It wouldn't be right to make a decision before hearing all the facts, though, I said to myself. But I've heard enough now. The horse has bolted, as they say. No, please, just keep an open mind for a G up now, Silver Blaze. The finish is in sight. Holy monkey! This is a way to make you feel anxiety-ridden. Beppo is a long-standing member of the guild, and I trust what the man says. Oh, thank you, sir. You're too kind, sir. Oh, this is too unkind, sir. Which now means that 5 jurors agree to condemn this man. Freaking Grandma, I hope you listen or you just pay attention to your knitting. Madam Juror number 6. Baby girl. Emily has been led into the room. Hi, baby. Yes, dear, what can I do for you? You have heard the testimonies of the witnesses in the stand. Oh, yes, I certainly have. Still got my hearing, you know. Then pray tell, why are you yet to pronounce your leaning? Well, dear, the thing is, I'm a creature of habit, me. I always go to the park at around this time of day and sit on a nice bench and get on with my knitting. There's a lovely little park just near here where I live. McGilded Park, it's called. The gentleman donated it to the city, you know. Put a smile on Londoners' faces, he said. I can't imagine such a fine young gentleman would have it in him to take another man's life. He's always doing wonderful things for the city. That's right, a band like that wouldn't stab someone, surely. Whether we go to the McGilded Public Library later and borrow some more books. How many Londoners live with their heads in the clouds? Do you people not know? What kind of man Magnus McGilded really is? What kind of man he is? The philanthropist Magnus McGilded has enough wealth to purchase the entire city he claims to value so highly. Where did all that wealth come from? Your client is a Shylock, sir, and one of the very, very darkest of souls. What? Stone the crows! Ma'am, I thought you were making... That doesn't look like gloves. Hi, Jack. Hold on. I'm going to lean over and turn on my mini fan real quick. One sec. Are you gonna come up on the bed? Hi. See, you might be going through some hearsay, Sir Van Zeeks. Do you have evidence to back this up? Are you trying to persuade the juror? McGilded lends money at exorbitant rates of interest, so his victims have no hope of repaying him. When they default, he takes possession of everything they own. He is a vulture that preys on the weak. I've never heard of any mention of that before. Your faculties haven't deserted you, I'm sure about him. So has this not crossed your mind? This thought not crossed your mind? Would a man wealthy enough to buy London in its entirety not have a carriage of his own? What possible reason could this man have had to make use of a public omnibus service? Hello, my lady. Here, I'll lift my desk up for you just a bit. Mel, where you going? Oh, she's fiercely knitting. You're not saying that. Yeah, that's probably how it came across. Cross your mind. My apologies. I feel like I'm slurring my words more today than I have previously. The victim, a poor brickmaker, had next to nothing to his name save considerable financial liability. It will come as no surprise that his creditor was the accused Magnus McGilded. Yeah, but the thing is, what purpose? Why would you kill one of your debtors? Like, what's the point? Then you truly are going to not have any repayment at all. But let it also be known that the very day Mr. Mason was killed was the final repayment date for his debts. Gracious. The brickmaker was destitute. He had lost his house. He had not a shilling with which to repay his debts. And in the end, this pitiful soul had the very last thing he owned taken from him, his life. I mean, he could just like to use public transport. Yeah, I mean, if somebody is truly like a greedy person, wouldn't it be cheaper to do public transport than to buy your own carriage? Just saying. I don't believe it. If I might add something briefly, Miss Susato? You claim that the victim had been lent money by Mr. McGilded. Well, where is the evidence to support your claim? Yes, give me more evidence, Susato. Oh. Oh, how elegant. Okay, this is where the hollowed bit comes from. Pray forgive the discourtesy of filling my hollow chalice in a court of law. My hollow desk. Ah, there it is. Lord Van Zeek's hollow chalice. How could this be considered acceptable? I did see the Witchbook game. I had to look at the actual proper, I didn't actually watch the video for the presentation. I just saw like snippets, but I'm very excited for a bunch of games that are coming out. I really, really, really want to play the Bloodborne-like game, but I am not willing just yet to buy a new gaming system. I actually thought it was going to be more expensive, considering all the things that are going on in the world currently. I really thought it was going to be at least like 100 to 200 more than what they're selling it for. Yeah, Bloodborne at home. I don't know if it's Bloodborne at home yet, because we don't know necessarily the gameplay, but I'm excited nonetheless for it. But I find myself in unexpectedly good humor. I had heard ladies from the Far East could show great courage, but I didn't expect to experience it myself. Oh. As a judicial assistant to the defense, I'm simply doing my job. What a pity that your display of courage is in vain. This is the debtor's ledger, which details all monies loaned by the accused. You'll find the victim's name clearly recorded inside. Allow me to present this ledger as evidence. I would like to read the ledger. Can I just say that they have given this man some, like, pectorals here? Oh my god. This man is well built. And pray forgive the discourtesy of raising my chalice and a toast to the enigmatic East at the same time. A marvelous toast, counsel. I will gladly accept this new evidence. No, don't add that to my name. A catalog of people who had borrowed money from the defendant at a high rate of interest. It includes the victim who owned 20 guineas. I would like to take a closer look at that. Ah yes, 20 guineas. The victim owed a considerable sum. I'd like to take a closer look-see. Oh, whoops. Open that. This portfolio must contain all sorts of secrets of London's gentry. Oh dear, do you really think we ought to look inside? Well, it's not as though we know any of London's gentry personally, is it? Apart from our great detective friend, perhaps. Actually, I wonder... Are you sure we will not find Mr. Sholmes' name inside? Well, let's see what we find. Is it just gonna do some random page? Gosh, it's crammed full of gentlemen's names, isn't it? Well, I suppose they're probably not all gentlemen at all, are they? After all, not everyone in this country is well off. Oh, goodness. What is it? Look at this. Do you see the name here? Bruce Fairplay. Should that mean something to me? It does sound strangely familiar, actually. Bruce Fairplay, the witness testifying at this very moment. Oh, yes, of course, the banker. Why is... A banker? That's right, he is a banker. That's not it. That doesn't bode well for a banker. He borrowed 20 guineas, did he? And look, the repayment date is fast approaching. It's possible that this is just a coincidence, of course, but this could be very useful information. Among the defense list of debtors is Bruce Fairplay, who would have been due to repay his loan imminently. Is that all just gonna say the same thing? Yes, I don't think it matters where... Okay. Okay. Cool beans. I think that's all I can get from that. 20 guineas. And the accused made quite certain he had ample recompense. Well, it would seem I've I've had the wool pulled over my eyes. Regrettably, madam, this is the modus operandi of the accused. And it's such a pretty little part, too. What a scoundrel. Am I still able to continue when all the jurors... Still. Maybe it's all for the best. Wait a minute. Let's think about this a little more before... I don't stand for nonsense. Okay, now I gotta figure out what else is supposed to be happening here. We're not dead yet. We're fine. That was it. The last juror's decision. Please find me a loophole. According to this encyclopedia of British law, when all members of the jury have concluded that the defendant is guilty, court proceedings are suspended and the presiding judge will deliver the final verdict and sentence. That's what it says here. Oh, the final verdict. It's over then. Oh. There's a footnote, though. A footnote? However, the defense... All 6 members of the jury are now in agreement in this case. God, I can see how this can go really quickly if they have some people that are very biased on the jurors' bench. Allow me to convey my respect for your swift and righteous decision. According to the laws of this country, I will now conclude the trial. By delivering my final verdict, I trust there are no objections. Object, stupid. Miss Susato, just tell me one thing. Oh, yes? You were in the middle of saying something before. The footnote in your Encyclopedia of British Law. However, the defense... What did it say next? Oh, yes, of course. One moment. When all members of the jury have concluded that the defendant is guilty, court proceedings are suspended and the presiding judge will deliver the final verdict and sentence. Then the footnote says, however, the defense has the right to demand a summation examination of the jurors at this... Oh. Do I get to convince them otherwise?
Objection!
Ah, from which century has that tome you have there been resurrected? Hey, if it's still the law, it's still the law. It doesn't matter how old it is. Judging from the binding, I would say that book is at least 50 years old. Any modern text on British law wouldn't even give such an antiquated procedure a mention. It's a relic, long forgotten, and certainly no longer practiced. Van Zeeks is a really cool character. His movements is so smooth. He's very pretty, too. So you're out of luck. Oh. What even is it, Miss Susato? This so-called summation examination. Examination? You would demand the right to a procedure before you even understand what it entails. Typical Nipponese. Aw, you're so mean to me. And I called you pretty. All right, Mr. Naruhodo, I think I understand. It seems that under this procedure, we would be able to appeal to the members of the jury. To do what exactly? Appeal to them to change their leaning and reverse their decision. And it says here that if successful, the proceedings of the trial must be resumed. Make them reverse their decisions. Ah, this is gonna be cool. This is gonna be fun. Yes, in times gone by, barristers would use a summation examination to attempt to influence the jury's decision. But the procedure became something of a formality with no practical benefit, really. So it rather fell out of use. You're all pretty. Just call it at that. Everybody's pretty. I wonder why. Because it was devoid of purpose. Well, we're gonna bring it back into purpose in my favor. Judging or changing just one member of the jury's mind would be hard enough, let alone several. No self-respecting defense barrister would even assert his right to try it in this day and age. Still, I don't see any mention of the procedure actually being formally revoked. What are you suggesting? I'm suggesting that although it may be antiquated and largely forgotten, it isn't yet extinct. What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Okay, so before we do this, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. And then we can figure out how this mechanic works. Let me first save. Just in case something happens while I'm gone. Get nachos? I don't have nacho fixings. Yeah, but give me about 5 minutes or so. I'll be right back. Go grab a snack. Go grab something to drink. Stretch your leggies. I'll be a moment. I might have nuggies, but I'm not going to bring nuggies back. I got to cook the nuggies first before I can't bring you frozen nuggies. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And I have a very clingy cat with me. She bolted out of the room when I left, and she promptly followed me into the bathroom and is now on the bed with me. Okay. Why are you so cute, huh? And as soon as I opened the door, because I guess she assumed that I wasn't gonna let her back in, she also bolted back into the bedroom. I love you. I would not abandon you. Only time I let you out of the room is when you're like bleeding to leave. She's been very affectionate today. You're so cute. Okay, let's see what this new mechanic is. We are going to assert our right to something that they haven't removed from the rules yet. The defense wishes to assert its right to a summation examination, my lord.
Objection!
Don't you eject me. London is the capital city of the most powerful nation on Earth. We have a duty to the world to exemplify the very highest standards of judicial procedure. Some summation examinations are an embarrassment that should remain buried. But if it's our right, it's our right. I believe it could prove vital in this trial. No pun intended. The court will proceed with the summation examination. This is madness. I'm gonna make it work in my favor. Foreman, are you and the remainder of the jury ready? Yeah. I'm not. There was no mention of this in the letter I received, you see, so all members of the jury will be asked to explain on what grounds they have reached their decision. On what grounds? I see the only reason why they got rid of this is so that they're able to expedite their guilty verdicts. You must all justify your decisions and explain why you believe the defendant to be guilty. Well, my lord, you're rather putting us on the spot. This is most irregular. No mention was made of this before. I don't really hold with all this justifying lark. Yeah, so that means that you've just been randomly condemning people to death? Goodness. That seems to have thrown the jurors off. It seems none of them have experienced this before. Alright then, the summation examination. A defense procedure no practicing lawyer has attempted for years, is it? Well, just maybe. It might be the opportunity we've been looking for. To turn this trial around. Let's see what silly reasons they decide to condemn this man. So be it then. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the court hereby calls upon you to state the grounds on which you find the defendant Magnus McGilded guilty of this most serious crime. Oh, this is interesting. The jurors' contentions. Oh my god, the rose. There was no one else inside the carriage at the time, so it has to have been him. I trust the driver. He has an excellent memory. It seems 4 passengers with fares totaling 20 pence. Oh, so that's why you have the knife. He stuck the chap next to him, just like this. Brazen, I must say. Absolutely brazen. I have simply typed and collated all of the statements made thus far and drawn the logical conclusion. You can trust the guild. Fair fares is our motto. We haven't raised prices above 4 pence for years. Oh my god, Grandma. The scoundrel stabbing that poor man on the floor. It's beggar's belief. He wasn't on the floor, though. Okay. That is the other thing, that Beppo did say that he was on the floor, which is not true. Yeah, two jurors are inconsistent. That would be the maid and the owner of the omnibus. Omnibuses. What was that you said? I'm sorry to wish I hadn't pushed for this now. No, it's not. Odds are. I'll have to re-go through it, but give it a sec. Okay, let's see. Some of the jurors don't seem to have wonderfully formed arguments, though, do they? Well, let's see what we can do. We need to get these 6 people to change their minds. I'll have to throw everything I can at them and use some very persuasive language. Just a moment, Mr. Naruhodo. According to my book, that's not quite how it works. Oh? I thought I was gonna have to thaw their icy minds with some heartwarming rhetoric about the defendant. Unfortunately, once the jurors have decided the defendant is guilty, they're unlikely to heed anything the defense says. But then, they've reached their conclusions by their own reasoning, you see. Your pleas will sound like excuses. In fact, it could recoil on you the more you try to persuade them, the more entrenched they may become. One of them said 4 passengers equals 20 pence. That's 5 pence fares. Yeah, that's what I mean. That it's the owner and the maid that are inconsistent. Hold on. Yeah, 4. We haven't raised prices above 4 pence for years. And then the juror 2, which is the maid, is I trust the driver. He has a very excellent memory, it seems. 4 passengers with fares totaling 20 pence. So for you saying, yeah, the maid said 20 pence. I thought someone else said it. Nope. It's the juror number 2 is the maid, and juror number 5 is the guy that owns the omnibuses. Then what on earth am I supposed to do? Oh dear, I'm just citing what I've read about British law, Mr. Naruhodo. Right, I'm sorry. Do you have any idea how to make this work then? Well, from what I can understand, the key to this procedure is using the jurors' own words to make your arguments. What do you mean? Well, the 6 members of the jury are randomly selected members of the public. They may appear to be present, or may appear to present a united front, but the truth is they are complete strangers, who just happen to find themselves here in the courtroom together. And that's the way to break them down, you mean? Yes, exactly. We must listen very carefully to what each member of the jury says. And see if we can identify any contradictory statements. If we can, we then contrast the statement and pit the corresponding jurors against each other. Oh, so we're gonna make them do all the heavy lifting. I see, so it's contradictions in what 2 or more jurors say that we're looking for. In a way, then, this is similar to a regular cross-examination. Oh, yes, I suppose you're right. Find contradictions in their statement and pit the jurors against one another to break them down. Alright, I might be able to pull this off. No, that's not right. I will pull this off. I have to pull this off. Okay, we start proceedings, counsel. I would ask you to take the stand for this. I'm expecting a clear and concise rebuttal. Yes, my lord. Okay. Oh, look at that. The defense's rebuttal. There was no one else inside the carriage at the time, so it has to have been him. Well, I mean, we don't know that yet, but We don't have anything to say otherwise. And I trust the driver. He has an excellent memory. It seems 4 passengers... or excellent memory, it seems. 4 passengers with fares totaling 20 shilling... Or 20 pence. 20 pence, sorry. Fares totaling 20 pence. He stuck the chap next to him just like this. Brazen, I must say. Absolutely brazen. So, it's interesting that with this one, instead of the cross-examination using bits of evidence, that you're pitting the jurors up against each other. Because it is weird that with the placement of the stab wound being like right in the middle of his belly, you would assume that the person is across from him and not next to him in the seats. I've simply typed and collated all the statements made thus far and drawn the logical conclusion. Yeah, 4 pence for years. Yeah, and her stating the floor. That is right. So for it to be 4 pence to 5 pence, the bit is different. Oh, look at that. That's so cool. I love this mechanic. Because then you can still see the other people, the person that you're using to pit up against the other person. I like it. If there was 20 pence in fares, then there would have been an extra passenger. Yeah, but how would she know that? We haven't raised prices above 4 pence for years.
Objection!
Oh god, I really love all of these camera angles. Those 2 statements clearly contradict each other. They do. Explain yourself, counsel. Me? Oh dear, what have I said? I swear on Silver Blaze's main and name, I haven't the first idea what you're talking about. According to the group's testimony we've heard so far, there were 4 passengers on the omnibus on the night in question. And according to the coachman, Mr. Beppo, he took 20 pence in fares. Quite right, I have those precise details typed neatly here in front of me. And juror number 5 also told us the following. The fare for the omnibus is always 4 pence. Yes, that it is. A fair and convenient single price, just the way London's carriages should be operated. So there would have been another person inside of the carriage. But that doesn't add up at all. In fact, it leaves a glaring discrepancy in the facts. Why, man? Why? 4 passengers paying 4 pence each. If you do the multiplication, oh, it would be 16 pence. Exactly, as I said, it doesn't add up. The figures are different. By 4 pence, in fact. Or precisely 1 person's fare. 1 person's fare. Yes, in other words, on the omnibus that night, it's distinctly possible that there was another passenger we've heard nothing about. Good gracious. This can't be right. The coachmen of the guild are good, honest men, one and all. Trustworthiness is our watchword. Figures your coachman claims most certainly do not add up. Your watchword, good sir, is a fallacy. I beg your pardon. Mr. Guildmaster, I think you ought to consider that if this is if this trial were to end now, the news will surely spread all over London. The news that one of your coachmen tried to hide the fact that he lets nefarious characters ride his omnibus. Oh. All right then, how do I make it so that this miserable trial doesn't end, Well, according to my book here, you simply launch a bowl of fire onto the innocent side of the set of scales. Now hold your horses there, coachman. We were all in agreement. Why do you have to go and... wait till I get my hands on you, Beppo. We have at least one? Oh, this is all very irritating. Begging your pardon, sir. I'm going to do the same. 2. For the love of Mike, not you as well. A penny can't be the difference between a smile and a tear, after all. I certainly can't put my trust in someone who doesn't follow my exacting standards in financial matters. See, this is all very biased. This is not how jurors are supposed to be. I, for one, think it's only proper that we hear from the witnesses again. Well done, Mr. Naruhodo, you did it. If we can manage to change 2 more jurors' minds, we can force the trial to continue. 2 more, actually. There's something else that's bothering me about a couple of their assertions. Then, that's where you must strike next. So I need to pit 2 more jurors against each other and show that there's no other contradiction in their assertions. Exactly, you can do it. Might be the grandma and maybe the guy that's holding the knife. Well, the scales of justice have shifted, but they still weigh heavy on the side of guilt. Counsel, you have the floor again. Continue with your summation examination. Okay. There was no one else inside the carriage at the time, so it has to have been him. I'm changing my leaning to innocent. I should like to hear what the slipshod bookkeeper has to say for himself. He stuck the chap next to him just like this. Brazen, I must say. Absolutely brazen. I simply... Oh, wait. Grandma. The scoundrel stabbing the poor man on the floor. It's beggar's belief. Okay, so it's those 2. He stuck the chap next to him just like this. So he says that he's next to him, and then she says he's on the floor. Because you can't necessarily stab somebody in the stomach while they're on the floor. Nor can you stab them like in the proper placing of the stomach. There is pressing. But I don't think that we need to press just yet due to the fact that these 2 are saying that the victim was in 2 different positions. I am gonna save though. This is such a neat mechanic. I did not think that we would have jurors like this. That's so cool. Hit.
Objection!
There we go. Those 2 statements are completely contradictory. What? Explain, counsel. Post haste. Oh, dear me. I was only knitting a jumper for my other half. Did you say that you were doing gloves for a grandchild? What is all this claptrap? What does contradictory even mean, I ask you? God, and you're on a jury. We've heard from more than one witness that they allegedly saw the actual moment when the defendant stabbed the victim. Now, out of curiosity, juror number 3. What? Can't you say I'm busy here? How would you say the defendant stabbed the victim? What sort of motion was it? Want to test me, do you? Please don't stab the juror next to you. It was like this. Stuck the fellow next to him without even getting up, just like the prim banker said. Yes, that was Mr. Fairplay's testimony. Quite true. Now then, juror number 6. Oh, is that me, is it? What can I do for you, young man? How would you say the defendant stabbed the victim, madam? Oh, well, dear, as far as I understand it. With a knitting needle. It was like this. He stabbed the poor man after he collapsed on the floor. The coachman said so. Now, don't move. Oh, fudge. I don't know if I... Hold on. I don't know if I got that... Try to take a print screen so I can have thumbnails later. I might still be able to use that. I was trying to get it without the text box. Dang it. Okay. Take a look at these 2 jurors. He sucked the fellow next to him without even getting up. And he stabbed the poor man after he had collapsed on the floor. Well, I never. They're stabbing in totally different directions. What? Bless my stitches. What a muddle. I love the grandma. What this tells us is that there is a strong possibility one of the witnesses isn't telling the truth. Oh. But why? Why the dickens would they lie? I don't know that yet, but what I do know is that if the trial ends at this point, we may never find out. We may never know the real truth. Beep, beep, beep. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, can you really let that happen in all good conscience? Lies, you say? Oh, dearie me. I can't abide people telling lies. In favor. The scales. I don't believe it. 3 for 3. Wait, now hear this, my fellow jurors. I warn you, you cannot listen to this man. Look at him in his black suit. He's clearly some devious Eastern sorcerer using magic on us all. What in... Excuse me. If I could use magic, do you really think I'd be putting myself through all of this? Answer me, this dark jinx. Huh? Oh, me? What exactly is the problem? What if it if 2 witnesses have slightly different recollections of events? What of it? Let's say that the Shylock did stab the victim as he was sat next to him on the omnibus. This young dandy saw him do it. And now let's say the victim collapsed on the floor and then the Shylock stabbed him again. No, there's only one stab wound and the knife was left in the tum-tum. This old lady saw him do it. Well, what say it didn't happen like that, Because it didn't. You're not witnesses, you're jurors. Who are you calling a dandy, sir? Why, I should just take this knife to you. Who are you calling old? Why, I should take this needle to you. Oh my god, are we gonna have 2 more murders in the courtroom? They're ready to kill each other now. But could the foreman of the jury be right? Did the 2 witnesses see 2 different moments of the same crime? We could say yes, due to the fact that they might be sitting in different positions. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to deal with quite a bit of racism in this game. Yeah, 2 different moments of the same crime. I would say yes, but... Yeah, racism is a theme. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say it's impossible because you can have 2 different moments, but if we're just going off of stab wounds specifically, Because angles do tell a lot in story. That you can think somebody is keeled over when they're not. Yeah, you said it yourself that there's only one stab wound. I know, but I'm just saying. I'm not making that my answer. Yeah, 28 stab wounds. It is out of the question due to the facts of evidence. But it's not impossible in a general sense. But it is out of the question. Because there's not more than one stab wound on the victim. Unless they were seeing a completely different scene going on, that there was somebody else who was stabbed. Which is not the case so far. Unfortunately, Mr. Foreman. What is it, you dark jinx? Come on, out with it. What you're suggesting is impossible. It's out of the question. I mean, we could also call him, like, dark-clothed butthole. You are also equally as dark in clothing there, my sir. And you have very much a magician's tubed rose, if you will. What are you talking about, man? How could you possibly say that? You do realize that I'm only doing my job. As a foreman of the jury, I have a responsibility to steer everyone in the right direction. You're overstepping your bounds as foreman, sir. I've seen this before. I've experienced this before. Very much hairy butthole. So where's your evidence, man? That's what we want to see. I say the two different witnesses saw two different moments of the same crime. If you say that's out of the question, show me some proof. I have proof with the autopsy report. Sorry, I just put a biscuit in my mouth. I just opened a pack of butter biscuits. Looks like the only way I'm going to convince him is to present him with something he can't dismiss. And that is the autopsy report. Some irrefutable hard evidence. As you wish. What? I'll give you the proof. It's out of the question that the two witnesses saw two different moments of the same crime, as proven by... Oh, well... Am I gonna second guess myself with this? Because we could use the, we could use the photo, but... Thrice fired. Stabbed once in the abdomen with a knife while journeying in an omnibus. Yeah, this one. Specific we. 10 to 11 p.m. Stabbed once in the abdomen with a knife whilst journeying in an omnibus. Died to internal hemorrhaging resulting from the trauma. This one.
Take that!
This is the victim's autopsy report. According to what's written here, Mr. Mason was stabbed in the abdomen only once. Only once? It's quite simple. The victim was stabbed precisely one time. Which means these witnesses can't possibly have seen it happen two different times. Oh, please don't hurt yourself. Alright, I can see defeat. Whoop! Ha ha ha. Oh, don't look so shocked right now. You gotta be composed, sir. Oh, wait, that means 4 jurors are now leaning to not guilty. Oh, we've done it, Mr. Naruhodo. We've won. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to do this multiple times, probably. Oh no. What are you playing at, you dandy fool? Shut your trap, sir. No one deceives me. But we had a consensus. I said shut your trap. I know a liar when I see one. And if the chap ever dares to cross the threshold of my shop... Ew. Ugh. Please don't. Please don't do that. Let's take this razor sharp blade and shave every last hair off his head. Oh my god, I hate that so much. Why? Ew, please tell me he's a barber. I don't even think that I would want him to be a barber. Well, in a quite remarkable turn of events, the defense's summation examination has flipped the balance of the scales of justice. The jurors now stand at 2 for guilty and 4 for not guilty. Accordingly, there is no longer a large enough majority among the jury for me to, Why? My brain's going one way that may have been another. Educate? Yeah. The trial must continue. Educate? Educate? I hereby ask the defense, prosecution, and witnesses to return to their places. Adjudicate? Adjudicate? Yeah. Adjudicate? 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 And I call upon all of you to continue to pursue the truth. I wonder if he's gonna lose it. Hey. So, Lord Van Ziegs, continue to substantiate the case for the prosecution, if you please. Alpi is going for more wine. Can I say it's a little bit creepy that he never stops looking forward no matter what he's doing? Really? Oh, he's mad. Uh-oh, I've made it bad. Having savored the rich aroma of the carmine contents of this hollow chalice, it may seem crass to crush it to dust. Pray forgive the discourtesy. Oh, he's mad. Oh, it's cold in here. Is it just me? No, it's just the cold sweats. As your antiquated tome no doubt says, the prosecution may not speak during a summation examination. So I honored a deathly silence and listened to the charade. It seems I overestimated the intelligence of the jury. Yeah, he's calling you all stupid. Well, no matter. There is nothing so hard to prove as a self-evident truth, it would seem. No, and why else would we grace the courtroom with our presence after all? So, let us proceed to the next round of battle. Oh, he's taking his cape off! Bring forth the witnesses once more. Oh, he's getting serious. He is no longer... he's no longer Dracula. Witnesses, I trust you heard the summation examination we have just had to endure. Yes, sir, that I did, sir. Of course I heard it. Oh, yes, sir, I heard it. You, sir, on the end, the coachman. I believe it's Beppo. Yes, sir, my lord, sir. If it transpires that in your previous testimony, you were attempting to veil the presence of a 5th passenger on your omnibus, you will be found guilty of perjury. You are advised to bear that in mind, sir. Mio Dio. Mio Dio. Mio Dio. Now then, witnesses, I hereby call on you to testify before the court again. You will explain the various misgivings brought to our attention by the defense's summation examination. Eh! Oh my god, they're all shaking except for him. Various misgivings. I only carried 4 passengers that night. I swear it, but well, I for one was told I had to pay 5 pence for the bus. He fuddled us on the fare he did, and then I saw that blood curdling sight as well. It's all too much. I tell you, I saw McGilded stabbing that man. Everything I said before stands. Oh yes, yes, he stabbed him. He did. I think so. Yes. Council, make sense of this for me, please. The phantom fifth passenger conjured into existence by my learned Eastern friend never existed. The confusion has arisen from the coachman's sly little cosinage? Beppo, explain yourself. I'm terribly sorry, Guildmaster. The guild's fare is 4 pence across the board. You know that. Am I to understand that you've been overcharging your passengers by a penny a fare? It's so cold, and the last run of the day it's always half empty. You have been dishonest, coachman. I'm sorry. You're a disgrace, Beppo, a disgrace. Your selfish actions have brought dishonor on the entire guild. If I may, sir, I had to pay 10 pence on the bus just last week. What? 4 passengers at 5 pence each is, yes, 20 pence. I've done the arithmetic 10 times already, but I can't make the result come out differently. No, that figures. Frickin' 10? I would have walked. Well, it would appear that one of the aforementioned misgivings has already been explained. So, counsel, for the defense, your cross-examination, if you please. We've already had the pleasure of a protracted summation examination today. I see you intend to continue the parlor games. Absolutely. Got it. Am I gonna have to do that more than once? Various misgivings. I only carried 4 passengers that night, I swear it. Oh, I should also save. We're doing pretty decently, I would say. Nothing is too difficult so far. So there were only 4 passengers on your carriage, but you didn't charge them the standard 4 pence fare. Is that right? It's impossible to make the last run of the day, pay. Yes. Okay. I was so cold, it was all I could do to stop myself from passing out. I know, Face. You have woken up from your nap. I hope you had a good nap. Oh, Emily, do you want freedom? She looks at the door expectingly. 1 second. Freedom for the babies. Freedom. I'm hoping they have their phone on them. I'm getting chilblains just listening to you. It was terrible, so I wanted to give myself a pat on the back for even keeping the bus running. She's free. Doesn't a dedicated coachman deserve an extra penny per passenger? You're digging a deeper hole for yourself here. If only there had been a 5th passenger on the omnibus that night. Then we would have had another suspect. Do you know something, Zeeks? Well, I for one was told I had to pay 5 pence for the bus. Also, why are you looking away when you're talking to me? Look me in the eyes and tell me that he charged you 5 pence. Does that mean everyone on board that night paid a 5 pence instead of 4? Well, I've paid 5 pence too, sir. And I just told you what that I did. A flat fare of 5 pence across the board. It's not something to be proud of. The so-called discrepancy my learned friend identified was nothing of the sort. Much like the phantom killer you so desperately needed, it's gone, dead and buried. I'd have been happy if it had ever existed in the first place. Okay. He fiddled us on the bus fare, he did.
Hold it!
Then the blood-curdling scream. This blood-curdling sight, you mean the murderer, I presume? Yes, sir. A loathsome sight. No one should have to witness the horror in the eyes of a man at the moment his life is taken. Oh, well, not exactly, sir. I mean, I didn't actually see the exact moment the gent was stabbed. Why do people do these things? Good gracious, really? We have another witness who did, however. The banker has already testified to it. But Mr. First didn't exactly see the point at which the victim was killed. That may turn out to be very significant. I heard the banker gent next to me take a sharp intake of breaths. See. That's when I looked through the glass. That's when I saw the horrible blade poking out from his belly, all covered in blood. Every time I see a knife now, I can't help screaming when I'm eating, or even when I'm eating. Whenever I hear loathsome, I immediately think a dung eater. Elden Ring has my brain cooked. There is definitely certain words that can either be associated with something or just outright tainted. And you can't not think of either a person or a thing due to those said words. It's just so significant. Okay, let's press this as well. So you saw the defendant, Mr. McGilded, stabbing the victim, Mr. Mason, who was sitting next to him. That's what I said, isn't it? It's bothering me before this was. For just a brief moment, he hesitated before answering the question. Anyway, there was only the two of them inside the carriage, wasn't there? Why are you asking me that as a question? There's been much talk of a fifth passenger, but as yet, zero evidence. And what are we all wasting this time for? It's black and white. The man's guilty. Something about Mr. Fairplay's testimony just jars with me. I wish I could work out what it was. He stabbed him, yet, yes he did. I think so, yes. Okay, what is this I think so? Earlier, you testified that you saw the moment when the defendant allegedly stabbed the victim, didn't you? Oh yes. Yes, that's right. You said that the victim was on the floor and described the assailant holding the knife in an ice pick grip. I suppose. I might have, you know, yes, put the cart before the horse, maybe. What's this? Well, I'm quite sure about most of it. I was driving the horse when I heard a scream from the seat on the roof deck. Oh, I suspect that was from me, sir. Or that was me. Then I turned around, yes, and I saw it through the skylight. The gentleman was on the floor and the knife was sticking up out of his midriff. He can't be on the floor. He can't be killed on the floor and you see the knife? Yeah, this poor thing is dying of hypothermia. Famous man. So in short, you didn't see the moment when the victim was actually stabbed at all. I really thought I did, but when I go over it in my head again, no, I suppose I didn't actually see the precise moment of the stabbing. My good sir. Oh my god.
Excuse me.
Hello? Do you have something to say about that, Mr. Fairplay? Yeah, it is very, very apparent. I see what you mean now. Now you listen to me. I know what you're thinking. He didn't really see the exact moment the fellow was stabbed. What are the chances of that? Are you asking me or telling me? He's getting flustered. I might be able to extract some new information from him if I answer him cleverly. Could he have just happened to see the exact moment of the crime was committed? He didn't really see the exact moment the fellow was stabbed. What are the chances of that? Some days are like that. Yeah, I mean, he couldn't see him because of the way where he was sitting. The angle, in addition to the bench being in the way. Does that specifically matter for this bit? Same. Some days are like that. Yeah, the cane is slightly made of rubber. He has a Twizzler for a cane. Or was it black licorice? No chance. No chance at all. Why? No clue. Yeah. It sounds weird to say some days are like that. I mean, some days you can see somebody getting stabbed in the back alley, but do we pay attention? Not really. Well, it is a little hard to believe, certainly. Unless you spend your time peeping through a skylight on the top of an omnibus that is. Peeping? I am a respectable city banker, I'll have you know. And I know what I saw. I remember it as clear as day, as clear as a PHaleArt day. PHaleArt. Bluff out my boochikis? Okay. It was a grim scene, I don't mind telling you. Thank you, Mr. Fairplay. Oh, excuse me if I was getting a little hot under the collar there, my lord. I would ask you to supplement your testimony with a clear statement about what exactly you saw. Oh, I can do that all right. I'll tell you just how grim it was. Do you think I'd forget the sight of those blood-soaked hands after that butcher stabbed the man? Okay, let's press that. Hands. One hand. Blood-soaked hands. Well, perhaps soaked is laying it on a little thick, but anyway, there was definitely blood all over them. Both of them were covered in it. Ah, there's our discrepancy. Okay. You saw that from the roof through the skylight. Well, the skylight's reasonably large, so I had a pretty good view. There was a lamp on the inside of the carriage as well, so I'm quite sure of what I saw. This banker's latest statement. I feel there's something not quite right about it. You know what's funny is I feel like the situations like this and the evidence is so much more apparent than previous Ace Attorney games. I will say there's moments where it's still gonna very much throw you off, but it feels more obvious than before. So you can't just go around talking about Peach's Boochikis. See, it's the Peachy's Boochikis that are currently in full view. It's okay. We don't judge that you don't have underwear. What fey little creature would wear underwear the shape that they are? When you feel something doesn't quite match up Mr. Naruhodo, that's when you should have a good look through the court record. Is there other things that I could look through again for the court record? Nah, just the gloves. Not long ago, this trial very nearly came to an end. Somehow we've managed to keep our chances alive here. I can't waste this cross-examination. I have to use it to bring some new facts to light. If you're not careful when you press these witnesses, the danger is that the jury will end up believing something unhelpful as they did before. So this is where more of the repercussions happen if you are willy-nilly pressing a witness. I feel like this is more concise than us randomly pressing in previous games, because this gives the excuse because of the jurors, and it's so good. It's more obvious because the point this time around is to convince the jury, so just finding the contradiction isn't enough for now, at least. It's so great. It's so much more in-depth to the whole courtroom scene to have these additional mechanics in there. But we can't let fear of that happening stop us from uncovering important new information. Because that just means that we're gonna have to pit them up against each other again. I wonder if there's a maximum number of times that you can do that kind of, like, negotiations. I need to pay careful attention here. I don't want to miss even a flicker of a reaction among these witnesses. Remember, if you happen to spot one of the witnesses reacting in a strange way, don't hesitate to pursue them as to the reason. Okay. All the way to the end. Oh, whoops. That was the last one. Boop, boop. Okay, do you think I forget the sight of those blood-soaked hands after that butcher stabbed the man? I shall go ahead and save here and then present the gloves.
Objection!
Okay. Blood-soaked hands. Well, I bet that soaked might be laying it on a little thick, but anyway, there was definitely blood all over them. Both of them were covered in it. Well, I'm very sorry to disagree, Mr. Fairplay, but that's more than a little peculiar. What? Here are the gloves worn by the defendant, Mr. McGilded, on the night in question. Oh, yes, right. And there certainly does appear to be a sizable dark-colored stain there, but as I'm sure you can clearly see, it's only on the right-hand glove. Oh, I have some concerns. This man's trying to eat his cane! God, maybe the other guy is Willy Wonka and he gave him candy in the form of an actual cane. In short, Mr. Fairplay, your testimony is inconsistent. You want to call it his fidget stick? Oh no. But no, that can't be right. So you're the liar here then. Oh my god, he nervously just chews on things. That's right, you were quite clear about it. You said it was both hands. Oh. Oh, I can't wait for that thing to snap in half. In half? In half. Mr. Fairplay, if your last statement was a lie, it calls your entire testimony into question. You say you saw the moment the victim was stabbed, but is that really the truth?
Objection!
Are we sure that we're not talking to a like a conglomeration of hamsters in a man suit? It was a simple mistake. You can't justify accusing this man of lying. Yes, it was both hands. It wasn't both hands, it was only one, but the fact remains. Oh my god, God, his poses are great. I'm so sorry. I'm not gonna get over how smooth this model moves. The victim's blood was on the accused. Yeah, he's... Yeah, 42 hamsters in a trench coat. I like both ideas of a hamster-powered mecha and 42 hamsters in a trench coat. Those are both great. No, Mr. Fairplay categorically stated that he saw blood all over both hands, which means there's a strong possibility that this witness was deliberately trying to mislead the court. Just look at him nibble! You tell me that's not a hamster. Why? I'm a city banker, for pity's sake. My word should be the gold standard. But gentlemen, not some gutter snipe. Understanding members of society don't prevaricate. Pinky. Is it Pinky in the brain? He's claiming to have no reason to lie, but is that really the case? Mr. Naruhodo, if we had some evidence to explain why Mr. Fairplay might be lying, it could turn the tide in this trial completely. It's probably the book. I would assume... Oh, whoops. I would assume it's the book because it's the Ledger of Debtors. A hamster Megazord. How about both? 37 hamsters on wheels powering the mecha and 5 pilots running the body like a Megazord. I like that idea. Freaking hamster-powered Megazord. All of the 5 pilots of the hamsters have to have little Power Ranger suits. I don't make the rules. It has to be a thing. I have evidence of why he could be lying. My lord, yes, counsel. The defense is ready to present evidence. By Jove, are you sure? Combined to 4. A banker! Yes, evidence that will clearly demonstrate why Mr. Fairplay had reason to lie in his testimony. He nervously nibbles. Very well. Oh my god. I hereby call the defense to present its evidence. The evidence that demonstrates a motive for the witness's alleged deception of the court. Into the ledgers.
Take that!
This is the list of the debtors who owe the money to Mr. McGilded. Yes, a list of innocent victims crippled by the accused's extortion. The point is, among the name of these debtors is your name, Mr. Bruce Fairplay. Oh. What? Mr. Fairplay, are you currently indebted financially to the accused? Oh, no. Well, it's barely worth being called. I can't, the chewing. Oh my god. The pause and the chewing too. Oh no. It's barely worthy of being called a debt. According to this ledger, you owe 20 guineas. Not an inconsiderable sum of money, wouldn't you say? Oh, well, what of it? Well, let's suppose Mr. McGilded were to be found guilty of murder. What would become of your debt in that case? These documents say that the loan agreement is forged between 2 individual parties. Therefore, were the creditor, the defendant here, to be sentenced to a capital punishment, all outstanding debts which were owed to him would be annulled. They would cease to exist. Cease to exist? Well, I mean, he'd be dead, so can't repay the dead. Mr. Fairplay, it is not the case that you claimed in your testimony to have seen something you never saw, in fact saw, in a devious attempt to annul your debt of 20 guineas to the defendant. Oh! The chewing. My god, Van Seeks is tall. Order, Mr. Bruce Fairplay. Yes, my lord. My lord. My lord. Let me ask you again, and be aware that your answer may have most serious implications upon your future, sir. Did you or did you not see the precise moment in which, in time at which the defendant is alleged to have thrust a knife into the victim? God, the fact that they're pausing on the nibbling, too. It's so great. There's such small details. I love it so much. Your silence speaks volumes. You did not tell the truth in your testimony. Alright, now let's not make a melodrama out of this. Perhaps I did overstate the truth a pinch. Maybe that's why he was turned to the side, is because he currently had a hamster falling out of his ear canal. I don't say that I notice things, but I notice things. A pinch. It makes no difference. I definitely remember seeing blood on Mr. McGill's hands, both of them. And yet, only one of the defendant's gloves, which we have here as evidence, is stained. So you keep saying. First, I wonder if I might be allowed to speak, sir. Go ahead, Mr. First. Well, the thing is, I think I remember seeing it myself as it happens. You think? Seeing what? The blood, sir, on the assailant's hands. I think, yes. I'm almost sure that it was on both of his hands, not just one. Ah, that's actually a pretty good statement there. What? See, why do you think that this is bad for you? This is good for us. It would appear that we're going to need further testimony from all you witnesses. This time, I would like to know precisely what you did and what you did not see. Do I make myself perfectly clear? Yargs. Mr. Naruhodo, this is good news. The course of the trial seems to have slightly shifted at last. I might finally have a chance to turn things around here. More testimony. What the witnesses really saw. There was blood on both hands of the assailant. I sincerely and distinctly remember that. However, I suppose you might say that I didn't see the exact moment the stabbing transpired, if that matters. I remember seeing the knife, and I remember seeing both of the attacker's hands with blood on them. I didn't actually see anything myself, no, not until I heard that scream. Could that mean that it wasn't McGilded that stabbed him, but someone else? Yes, that's what I'm thinking. Because also for the fact that there is, even though it's quite crowded, there is a storage bit. Mind you, where they were sitting, supposedly. There is a storage bit inside of the carriage. Somebody could have hid it in there. Because they couldn't see the other seats where they were sitting, supposedly. So there could have been somebody sitting inside the carriage that they didn't know of. And they went to go hide into the... They were hiding inside the storage compartment inside the omnibus. Anyway, the fact remains that there can't have been anyone else inside that carriage, or we all would have seen it. Seen them. Well, lo and behold, in truth of the facts, not one of you witnessed it, or not one of you was witness to the crucial moment of the crime was perpetrated. I apologize, my lord, but honestly, oh, there's no one else inside that carriage, and the man's hands were covered in blood. That much incriminating evidence is tantamount to saying we saw that man do it. That's really not what the testimony is about. Let us examine the interior of the omnibus once more. Probably gonna have some updated information. Oh, actually, that storage compartment is opposite of where those guys were sitting. I have ideas. The victim's fresh blood is clearly visible on the seat, corroborating the witnesses' accounts. In other words, there is no substantial nor significant changes in the facts of the case. Very well, your cross-examination, please, counsel. Yes, my lord. I'm glad he's gained more confidence to speak loudly. Okay. Now, looking back at the omnibus. Let's get in there again. We have where they were sitting, which means that where those two were sitting were on the back side so that they could see inside of this room really clearly, but they wouldn't have seen this side, which is the one that has the inner compartment. And while there may be stuff in here, somebody could still be very much hiding in this compartment if you like shift things over. Storage compartment. Are you gonna tell me a child killed this man? That would be interesting now, wouldn't it? Is there another thing that I can look at on this side? Victim, obviously, it's not going to change. Okay. I hope I didn't miss actually looking at something on here. Can I look up and down too? I might be able to. Yeah, for him to see, they would have to be sitting on the back side here to be able to see inside. Also, this compartment actually opens from the outside from what it looks like. Let me go back inside. Yeah, it would have been the back side. So they wouldn't have been able to see this side of the carriage. Large skylight. Suppose it can't be opened from the inside of the cabin. And it doesn't stipulate, it doesn't say anything when you try to look at the skylight from the outside about the handle. You can certainly see inside the carriage through this opening, that's for sure. Yes, and there is a lamp in the enclosed cabin. I'm sure the witnesses would have been able to see quite clearly. That's not good for us. Okay. Also, sorry, it says Phoenix Wright Omnibus on the backside of the bus. Yeah, how can the omnibus driver, he wouldn't have been able to see the stabbing at all, but he would have been able to maybe see the other side of the seats? Yeah, what? Look, it says Phoenix Wright Omnibus. Phoenix Wright Omnibus 418. I've seen this case at least once, and either never noticed or forgot. Fun times. I can't click on it, unfortunately. Oh, wait. Yeah, I can't find... Yeah, never mind. It's just I can't find anything out of place. There's no highlight to it, but I thought that it was really funny. Definitely lame. Okay, is there anything else when I hit this? Just talking about how absolutely cold it is. Okay, so I can go ahead and back out of that. I suppose you might say I didn't see the exact moment the stabbing transpired. I remember seeing the knife and I remember seeing both the attacker's hands with blood on them. I didn't actually see anything myself. No, not until I heard that scream. I want to know what he says. You didn't see anything. Yes, sir. That is to say, no, sir, I didn't. Very sorry about what I said before. Very, very sorry, yes. It was very wrong of me to make up stories and say that I saw him stab the men. Wouldn't you agree, sir? I know what you're insinuating, but I certainly wasn't making up stories. Still, to say you saw nothing isn't right either, is it? No, sir, I saw nothing at all. Mr. Beppo, you were driving your horses? Yes. Oh my god, is this gonna be an Ace Ventura thing where you can't hear the scream if the window was closed? I wonder. Yeah, because he said the scream that he heard was from the other passenger that was up on the roof. Well, he didn't specifically state it, but the other guy mentioned it. Oh, please, you didn't even see that? It was so cold that night, you see. It was all I could do to keep from passing out, sir. Yes, my head was fairly frozen solid, sorry to say, sir. It would seem prudent to avoid travel on the last omnibus surface of London's cold winter nights. Beppo! Now, the thing is, I know that he's old and everything, but how the heck are these two okay? How the heck were these two okay with being out in the cold like that? The fact remains that there can't have been anyone inside the carriage or we all would have seen.
Hold it!
Let's press this. And everything you saw of the incident was through the skylight on the roof of the omnibus. That's right, it was fiercely cold that night, but the glass wasn't frosted over. Oh yes, I remember I was shivering, it was so bitter. Which rather begs the question of why the pair of you were sitting on the roof deck in the first place. Well, I don't know about this young fellow, but I couldn't enter the cabin. Oh, why not? It was locked from the inside. I tried knocking, but no one opened the door. See, now that seems weird. Why would it be locked on the inside? Not even the coachman could get inside. It was locked? That's right, it is a public bus service, for pity's sake. That's not what I call fair play. Yes, I had exactly the same experience. I tried knocking, but the gent inside just gestured at me to clear off. So I had no choice but to climb up to the roof deck and look down longingly into the warm cabin below. Well, I can assure you I wasn't just looking down, I was glaring long and hard. That's precisely why I can tell you with absolute confidence that if there was anyone else at all in the cabin, I would have noticed. Unequivocal, I would say. I'm not sure about these two witnesses. Could they really have seen everything inside the cabin through the skylight? Oh, crap! Ah! I hate doing that. I would suppose that they would have seen, or they would have had a bird's eye view from the roof, and the birds generally have very keen eyesight, so... Yeah, hold on, I gotta go back to that one. Oh, fudge a duck. I hate that. I thought I still had more text there, sorry. Mr. Fairplay didn't see Mr. Mason be stabbed at all. That's a hugely significant change in the facts of the case. There's something else that occurred to me while I was listening to... See, this is why I save so much, because I accidentally press buttons when I'm not supposed to. The two of them are recounting what they saw through the skylight of the omnibus roof. I know it's a large window and certainly affords a good view of the inside, but... Well, I think perhaps we have to confirm what they were saying with our own eyes as much as possible. What do you mean? I mean that we can examine the evidence firsthand. The omnibus is here in the courtroom, after all. That's a good idea, and we can consider the witnesses' statements while we're looking around. I completely did not mean to accidentally press the spacebar. Okay.
Hold it!
Press that again. Make sure that we're getting... I'm gonna use my mouse specifically, not the spacebar. So I'm just clicking off to the side. Okay. They might not have been able to. Allow me to confirm one thing, Mr. Fairplay. You were riding this omnibus and witnessed the events in the cabin through the skylight and the floor of the upper deck, is that right? Yes, that's right. In that case, there is a portion of the cabin interior that would have been out of sight from you. What? By golly, really? Obviously, at this stage, we can't say for sure. But the possibility cannot be denied. At the time of the incident, there could have been another passenger in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus.
Objection!
Don't you yell at me. Enough hypothetical meandering, my Nepalese friend. The prosecution demands that you substantiate your claims. After all, the scene of the crime is here in the flesh. Very well, I will uphold the prosecution's demand. I don't know, just go climb on top of the omnibus and sit where they were sitting, goober. Couldn't have been able to see from there. You will identify the area on the cross-sectional plan of the omnibus. Where exactly in the omnibus are you suggesting that this potential extra passenger could have been situated? Right here. Literally right here.
Take that!
Both rows of seats on the roof face in the direction of travel, whereas the seats in the enclosed cabin face each other, which means the visible part of the cabin, which passengers on the roof deck can see through the skylight, is as I've drawn here. That's right, my lord. As you can see, the seat opposite the one on the victim, on which the victim and his attacker were sitting, is obscured from his view. In other words, if someone had been sitting on that seat, it's quite possible that these witnesses would have been completely unaware of it.
Objection!
You can see my logic here, sir. It's quite possible some phantom was sitting there. I can't. He's such a great looking character. You Nipponese have forbidding habit of obscuring the truth with ambiguity. I concur with the prosecutor's rejoinder. In a British court of law, evidence is paramount. I cannot entertain this conjecture, counsel. That is, unless you're able to put a name to this mysterious passenger to whom you allude. Can you, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh. I honestly don't know who could it have been. Who could have been in the other seat, which was out of sight from the witnesses on the roof deck? Huh. The mythical 43rd hamster, the Green Ranger, recruited for evil. Recruited for evil. I don't have another person that I could think of that would have been inside of the... Do I have to actually put a face to the name? Or a face to our mysterious fifth passenger? Fourth passenger? No, fifth passenger. Well, if they supposedly saw the stabbing and we don't want to think our client did it, we could definitely say I have an inkling, but we also have no idea. I don't have a name to it though. Time for shenaniganery? Time for shenanigans to make them think that we know the person? I'm gonna save before I do that. I have an inkling, maybe. I understand, my lord. The defense would like to put forward a name. Oh. You are a fool. That response was a desperate attempt by a man who has no notion of his own limitations. When in doubt, buff. Also, Sai, I noticed this before, but it's like even more prominent now that he doesn't have his cape on. This man has like a set of pectorals going on. Like he's built underneath. His clothes doesn't do him justice, though it makes him look very regal. A toast to hard lessons not yet learned. Learnt. Oh, he has pecs. See, it looks like he really does. He is a buff boy. Let us not delay, counsel. The defense is still to name the passenger in the other seat. This could be it. This could be the chance I've been waiting for to turn the trial in my favor. On the night of the murder, the person occupying the seat in the omnibus cabin that was obscured from view was... He's built like a brick, a barrack Van Zeeks. Barrack. He looks like he is. I'm pretty sure that he's even more built than we think he is. Yeah, because what if there is a possibility that they opened the skylight and closed it too? Because these two are super suspicious. Mick Gilded, he was the one occupying the hidden seat. That is true because of the way that that Mick Gilded stated earlier that he woke up and in front of him was the stabbed man. So they didn't witness him stabbing. They witnessed this mysterious fifth passenger. Yes.
Take that!
Let's see. Yeah, because he said he was sitting across from him. Or across from the victim. The passenger in the enclosed cabin that the witnesses on the roof deck failed to see has to be Mr. Magnus McGilded. Mr. McGilded? What are you talking about, counsel? That's the name of the defendant.
Objection!
Objection. Oh. Oh my god! You know what's funny is that he's very much like a combination. He is a combination of Edgeworth and what's his face? Oh my god, we just why do I remember Edgeworth's name more? Coffee Man. He is a combination of the both of them, but he just has more chalices than coffee cups. No, I wouldn't say about Karma specifically, because he's younger, but and he seems a bit more yeah, Godo, there you go. Godo. He is a combination of Godo and Edgeworth. He has Edgeworth's looks and demeanor. But he's going through wine glasses, chalices like Godo. Turns out he drinks exactly 17 cups of wine a day. 17 cups of wine per court session. If I desecrate this chamber by smashing my hollowed chalice, do forget the discourtesy. Lord Van Zeeks. People talk of those tiny island nations in the Far East as having a learning and culture of their own. Coming up with some interesting words today. But I see they use the terms ill-advisedly. What are you trying to say? You call me stupid? You call me uncivilized? Let me explain in terms that even a student of an artless backwater such as yourself might understand. Oh, you're so mean. When the bloody scene unfolded, the victim and his assailant were sitting side by side. Multiple witnesses have attested to the fact. It's the very premise on which this case is built.
Objection.
But that premise may be wrong. What? If the victim really was sitting beside Mr. McGilded, it creates an inconsistency that can't be reconciled in any way. What inconsistency, counsel? The defendant's gloves, my lord. Oh, that's true! Because if there's a possibility that he really stabbed him at that angle, it probably would be better to do it with the other hand, maybe? Both witnesses made the same testimony. They claimed that there was blood on both hands of the person sitting next to the victim.
Objection.
Two different sets of bloody gloves. Yet we know the truth to be otherwise. Only one glove bears the gory remains. The point is, even if the face of this irrefutable evidence, both witnesses have maintained their stance. Yes, their testimony remains unchanged. Exactly, they both adamantly swear that they clearly remember seeing blood on both hands of the assailant. In short, this memory of event is correct, and their testimony reveals the truth. It was somebody else, someone else sitting beside the victim that night. A third party we have yet to identify. And the victim's blood was on the passenger's hands, both of them.
Objection.
And who was this third party? Obviously, the true culprit. Extraordinary. Order, what exactly are you postulating? Postulating. The defense's postulating is just that nothing more than a conjecture. The witnesses have clearly stated that they saw the accused. But when elaborating on his testimony, Mr. Fairplay said the two of them were wearing hats and I couldn't exactly make out their faces. Yes. The tops of their heads were obscured by the roof, and I could see the rest of them, though. Yes, that's right. Both gents were most certainly hatted. Hatters do tend to notice such things, sir. And what particular styles of hat did the two gentlemen sport, Mr. First? Ah, you can't even say that, can you? I'm afraid I don't remember. And you call yourself a hatter? The style of hat makes no difference. There was no third passenger in that cabin. How can you be sure? Because if there had been, the accused Mr. McGilded would undoubtedly have offered to depose the fact. Depose the fact. The man said he was sleeping almost the entire carriage ride. Do you think that he would notice if another person came on board if he was dead asleep? Unless that is, you are proposing an even more preposterous explanation. That the accused failed even to notice the presence of the true culprit in the very cabin in which he traveled. Yes. Yes, I could. You need a break, your speech is breaking down. It's been broken since the beginning, but I will be taking... I will be wrapping up soon, and then we'll pick up more of this tomorrow. I'm just trying to find a good stopping point. If there was another person traveling in the enclosed cabins of the omnibus, it's inconceivable that that Mr. McGilded would have been unaware of it. Order, there is clearly a simple solution to this problem. Bring the accused Mr. Gilded to the stand. Well, what say you, counsel? The prosecution objects, my lord. On what grounds? As a suspect, he will have already made a full statement to the police. But what if there is some reason why he's unable to speak freely? Magnus McGilded is no uneducated ruffian. If it indeed turns out that the man has been withholding information, you can be sure it will have been a most deliberate act. Counsel for the defense, what is your opinion? My lord? Should we ask Mr. Gilded to testify or not? Really, that's the only way I can think to go. Because then he can follow the statement that he was sleeping at the time. I do like that it says leave well alone. But new information might come to light for this. Demand his testimony. Yes, we need to hear what he has to say in order to find out the truth. The defense would like to call Mr. McGilded to the stand. In that case, I would like to hear the opinion of the jury. Yes, sir. I need a little more time to consider this. If you ask me, I think we should hear what Mr. McGilded has to say. Get the man out here, I say. Oh my gosh, she's so fabulous. It would be utterly illogical not to hear his testimony. When something needs doing, get it done. That's how I run things at the guild. The first juror is making me feel like he has debt to this man. Like, he is the only one that's really adamant about him being guilty. Hearing what the patron of my favorite little park has to say. Oh yes, that would be lovely. Yes, the jury says the man must be heard. I don't like the first juror. Very well, the court will hear the defendant's testimony. Bailiff, show the defendant to the stand at once. Now, maybe what actually happened last night will finally become clear. Let proceedings be resumed. Mr. McGilded, have you been listening to the discourse of the day? Look at that. His hat is just massive. I really love his theme music. To be sure, I have, my lord. There are now 2 matters on which the court desires to hear from you. The first is whether or not there was a third party with you in the omnibus cabin as proposed by the defense. The second is that if such a person was indeed present, why did you conceal the fact from the police? Begad, no, 'tis not in my nature to hide anything at all. Watch him have something hiding in his hat. That'd be interesting. Just answer the questions, please. The truth of the matter is, I've been desperate about this all along. Do I tell yous all or keep me mouth shut? Tell us what Mr. McGill did. Like a pair of bloody gloves, perhaps? I don't think gloves, just maybe something. His hat's way too big for there to not be something hiding underneath. The fine fellow representing me is absolutely right. In the carriage of the night with myself and the other man, there was another passenger. It's true? Aye, and 'twas me who helped the little urchin get away after it all happened. You what? I assume Scottish with the name McGilded, similar to Scrooge McDuck. That sounds possible. No, Magnus McGilded. The convenient excuse can't save you now. That convenient excuse. I'm truly sorry, so I am, Lord Van Zeeks. I'm sure you'll be wanting to know why I said nothing, when I was taken in by the police. I do be having a very good reason, I assure you. Which was... Well, the little child was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and not in any way involved, you see. What? If the police had known the wee one was there, they'd have assumed she'd done it. They'd have hauled her into this here courtroom just like myself. I was only trying to spare her that. Young hearts and young minds are easily damaged, my lord. And who was this young child of whom you speak? That I don't know. You don't know? Aye, well, the wee thing just happened to be in the carriage that night. I never saw her before or since. We have absolutely no reason to believe this man. The prosecution calls for the witness's statement to be disregarded by the court. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if the urchin isn't here in this courtroom as we speak, listening to the proceedings. What? Oh. Eh? Looks like someone's trying to get away. So use cough, cough. I can't see anything through all the smoke. And what? Be careful, Mr. Naruhodo. Cover your face. Bailiff, don't let the accused escape. Secure the omnibus. I hereby call an emergency recess. A bailiff, ensure the defendant is in custody and clear the courtroom. Oh! We hurriedly removed from the smoke-filled courtroom by the bailiff, amid scenes of chaos as people stumbled over one another in their desperation to flee the chamber. We have no idea what was happening. All we knew was that, for the time being, at least, the trial was suspended. Oh, I think that's my cue. My cue for suspension. Someone threw a smoke bomb into the courtroom. Someone tried to obscure something from being noticed. Yes. This is a good cliffhanger to stop at. No, we'll be doing more tomorrow. We are basically just about 4 hours in. We will be picking this up again tomorrow and Saturday. I think also probably next week I'm gonna keep up the theme of playing nothing but the Great Ace Attorney. So don't worry your little head, Sai. I know that you want more, but we're gonna be doing more tomorrow. And then I think once we get into the second game, because there's 5 cases in total, and this is only the third one, I think is when I'll sprinkle some more games into there. But right now I'm so invested in this game that I think for the next 2 weeks maybe that we'll focus solely on the Great Ace Attorney, just because it's so much fun. And it keeps it fresh in my minds, the things that we have to be doing and the mechanics and everything, which, my God, I'm so flabbergasted. Having a jury in the courtroom in an Ace Attorney game is chef's kiss. It's great. And the fact that I have to plead their stupidness for the reasons why they are pulling for a guilty verdict, it's so good. Like the more I progress, the more I love it. And I really love Van Zeeks. He's such a cool character so far. Him throwing, I really hope he doesn't throw a chalice at me. Like a certain other coffee drinker that we know of, Mr. Godo. Let's hope that he doesn't throw it at me in a fit of anger, and that we can not have glass shards in our eyeballs. Also, fun fact, questioning multiple witnesses at once first occurred in Layton versus Wright. Did you guys see that there's also another like Professor Layton game? I'm gonna properly watch the Nintendo Direct, because I gotta see all the stuff that properly what was revealed to be coming to the Switch 2. Yeah, Layton gets a game. Layton gets a game. I wonder if there ever would be a possibility of having another Ace Attorney game. But I'm willing to compromise with a Professor Layton game. Though I'm kind of sad because I don't think that I really want to get the Switch 2 right away, due to various reasons. But I'm hoping that maybe sales could go on or something. Something. I don't know. I'm gonna wait and see how people feel about the Switch first before I decide whether or not it's gonna be something on my roster about something that I want to like put some money towards. Yeah, futuristic Phoenix 20 plus years, cyberpunk, that would be cool. You know what else would be funny if they did like even further into the past, and they had like, I don't know, a Neanderthal setting. They've remastered every entry other than Layton versus Wright, so all that's left is a new Ace Attorney. That, yes. With the fact that they have been revamping things, who says that they can't work on a totally new Ace Attorney game? I'm pretty sure that they can come up with some really good ideas and storylines. Unga bunga, Your Honor. Oh no, just had a curse thought. Salem Witch Attorney? That would be really cool. Or maybe a direct sequel to Great Ace Attorney, the reformation of the Japanese legal system. Yes, that would also be another very good storyline. I really hope the new Ace Attorney will have the jury system if one does not get made. Yes. I feel like in those kinds of cases, they either need to come up with some really cool other mechanics that you could bring into it, or really having a mishmash of a lot of the other mechanics from previous games too. Because having Mia, Maya, and Pearl Faye as a mechanic for being able to have like additional information and everything is really cool. And then there's the DS games with what's her name and Apollo. She had the abilities for like reading out emotions, and I don't think it was necessarily lies, but emotions specifically. They could probably bring something like that forward again. Yeah, Athena. Yeah. They could, if they did do like what you guys said, like a Salem witch trial kind of setup, there is so many mechanics that you could think of that would go with witchcraft. That sounds like such a neat idea. Okay, but with this, I will pick this up again tomorrow. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and that you have been having fun with this. Take care of yourself, feed yourself, make sure to wash your hands before eating food. Doesn't matter what you touched. It's always a good thing to do, and to make sure that you stay healthy. Thanks for the stream and have a wonderful night. Yes, you guys have a wonderful night too. I hope you sleep well when you go to bed. I hope you have good dreams if you do dream. If not, I just hope you have a pleasant night. I would make just a new one with all the best mechanics, namely the Magatama, the senses from 6, and the jury system from Great Ace Attorney. Yeah. That would be such a cool combination of things. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow for more Great Ace Attorney. We'll see what has happened after this smoke bomb in the courtroom. Who knows if we have a little ninja in our midst, in the forms of said child that he helped escape. Goodbye, everyone. See you later. Sleep well. Have good dreams. Have a good rest of your day. Into tomorrow. Goodbye.